roll 20.
Yeah, because I'm reading from. I'm just doing my typical recap of last session.
Yeah.
I could just
I've got a bit of time.
Based on pretty much
you,
what I
I
wrote
could
down
just
in
tell
my
you a
notes.
number is that's what I rolled.
All right. So, Kale and Viren managed to snag 10 bottles of the best Arkenfield wine from the temple. Meredith told you guys a bunch of stuff, mostly about Galen Cole and some of those weird pictures she saw in our secret room, and other stuff that she just kind of rambled on about what she saw while she was there. Kyle at one point showed up, and when he discovered about Kale's patron, he kind of got a little quiet and mentioned that he recently killed her son. Apparently, he and Meredith also knew each other. Kale and Viren wandered off alone and decided to pick fights with decided to experiment on the the distraught monks in the temple, which caused them to finally snap out of it and attack. Which was an interesting fight. When you guys decided to leave, Phaedra ended up lending Meredith her alchemy jug. The rest of the party then headed over towards Caspin Wild in their cloud form, which took only about 4 hours. Of course, the people of Caspin Wild, at least on the top district of the city, were a bit surprised by their appearance, but they managed to talk to a administrator and tell them all about the ice monks and how they were gonna try to assassinate the queen and all sorts of stuff, and about the ice dragon, that they were essentially responsible for all the death and destruction on the western side of Varkenfeld. As a result, they were given a letter for compensation and sent off to the bank. You got a decent amount of gold and platinum, and along with various healing items and magical items. But of course, it could have, because the man who you talked to was so offensive to your senses. One of you decided to booby trap his plant with one of the beans that he has on him at all times. And as we left off, you guys were headed to the lower city of Caspinweld. So, you descend beyond the gates to the upper city, and you find yourself in probably what to most of you is more pleasing surroundings. Rather than the high and mighty high elves just, pacing the streets and watching you with disdain for the most part. Here you see more wood elves. You see occasionally high elves, but they look like they are kind of down on their luck sort. They are like wearing what the equivalent in our society would be like last year's fashions, or clothes from 5 years ago, that sort of stuff, versus the people in the upper district, which would be always dressed in current fashion that came out yesterday sort of stuff. And Phaedra, yes, Phaedra stayed behind and went invisible. Sorry, I missed that in my notes. But for the most part, you're seeing a mixture of wood elves, some of these down on their luck high elves, and possibly to your surprise, you see various gnomes of both the forest and rock gnome variety. You also see the occasional half-elf. Ones that clearly are not half high and half wood elf, but part human, with slightly more rounded ears. Or maybe more facial hair. I mean, the wood elves, unlike the high elves, the wood elves tend to grow facial hair, but it's like very slow compared to a human, and a human grows facial hair very slow compared to a dwarf. But these half elves clearly have human in them. What would you guys like to do as you're looking around?
I believe the name of the game was Spell Components.
Yes. Spell components.
and prepping for anything we might need for the dungeon that we will be going into. So, guess we head towards the shopping district. Oh, and before Phaedra went invisible, we'll just say that she gave Shiori the bag of holding with guild funds in it if anybody needs it.
So you're just looking for some place to sell, looking for buying. What exactly do you wish to do?
There we go. I'm transmitting. Well, from what I was able to suss out, I don't believe that the spell components that Viren and I need are available. At least the
I mean,
gem-like components.
They could be valuable, but they will be expensive. Is what
Yeah.
what I remember.
But if we don't have another spot between here and where we're going, we might want them.
I mean, you have guild funds too, if it's really expensive.
Yeah, we have a lot of guild funds now.
We can see. We can at least, very least check to see how much they are.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, Frog, if I'm not mistaken, took his cut of the money.
Yes, he's the only one that took his cut, and then everything else went into guild, but it's open for everybody.
And
basically.
do we need additional bowls for Hero's Feast?
We have 2.
Thought we had one.
We
Didn't
bought a
use
total of 3, and we've used 1 feast.
We've done 2 feasts.
We have done 2 feasts?
Yeah, we
The
did
one before we went into the abyss or whatever that was, and one before we came to the temple.
Yeah, one before we fought the dragon, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, then we have 1. I will mark that.
So we may
then.
want to do that.
Careful. Okay.
Oh, and I need to resummon Squeak, so I will. Can you knock off one of the
Incense? Yeah.
incense charges?
It's 10 GP, right?
Didn't we buy a whole crap load?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah, just knock those off.
Yeah,
Because I'm very careless with my familiar.
Yeah, that brings it. Yeah, we bought 100 gold worth of incense, so that brings us down to 90. And then let me update that. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we got 1 bowl. Okay. Amunet will speak up. I know I haven't been with y'all very long, but I noticed that my weapons weren't doing anything until Shiori lent me this magical dagger. If I could find some sort of ammunition or something to enhance my crossbows with magical energy, it might be nice.
Let's check for a crossbow. I have a feeling wherever we're going, that might be more beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crap, I'm not muted when I was typing a lot. Sorry.
We didn't hear it.
Ah,
We didn't
good.
hear it.
I usually like to mute myself when I'm typing so that I'm not interrupting you guys. So, if you'd like to look around, please roll me an investigation check to see what you discover.
Mm-hmm.
Investigation.
All right, so Viren, considering that you said something about components, and they might be hard to get here.
Yes, gems, pretty much.
Yes, both you and Kale both noticed down the street is a very new-looking shop. And you can see it's called Gnomish Gatherings and has pictures of gems on it. It looks very new, like it's just barely been open, sort of shop, compared to some of the other storefronts you see around, which look like they've been there for ages and ages. Whereas this one has a brand new sign with a fresh coat of paint, and Basically inviting people in.
Oh, could
Kale
be
is just going to take a very deep breath.
we could be their first customers.
Shall we then?
I'm gonna be the first thief. I'm gonna go steal something.
And then Kale is very pointedly going to look at Cheery and say, "We're going shopping. Is that okay?"
Yeah, we.
Yes, that's the whole purpose of
I
this.
definitely don't have the money on me for the
Well, I guess,
components that I need.
yeah. Do we
So,
need to
what-
take Cheery with
I
us?
mean, yeah, we do.
Yes, money.
Where's
It's
Amy
so-
Net?
Will?
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna ask if there's like a pet equipment shop.
A pet equipment shop? Is that what I heard?
Yes.
Roll me investigation.
That's a lot better than I thought I would get, to be honest.
You see a shop called Glorious Hippogriff Supply, right near the end of the street. Like, basically where it gets to an area that seems to be slipped downward. These streets are actually, it literally is built on the side of a mountain, with like some steep levelings here. With various houses either built into the rock walls or built along trees because, wood elves. But a lot of the roads, instead of winding like east to west or north to south, tend to wind up and down. Kind of like that street in San Francisco that's famous.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I wouldn't know, but I'll believe you.
Lombard Street, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'll
think-
go to the Glorious Griffin shop.
Hippogriff.
Hippogriff.
Alright, so I guess I'm going to Gnomish Gatherings, even though
Yeah,
you.
go on. Gnomish gatherings.
Mhm.
Hopefully bringing
I'm gonna go
Shuri along
follow
with
them.
us.
Yeah, I'm gonna just stay with the group.
Okay, so let's go with Gnomish Gatherings first, since I think they rolled highest. You step to the door. Thankfully, it is big enough for more than just gnomes. Though it has one of those kind of weird double doors, where there's like, a door inside of a door.
Mm.
One that's like easily sized for gnomes to open and close. Another one that is just right for, LV types. So you open it up, and inside, most of everything is like, sparkling and neat. And there is a gnomish woman, kind of puttering around. She's currently in the process of like wiping off a few crystalline objects up near the front of the counter. And she turns around and looks at you when the kind of bell over the door. There's a little tinkling sound. She goes, "Oh, customers!" And it's clearly a more an accent that you might have been more familiar with down in Downtrodden when you were there, versus the accent you would expect in Caspenweld. Pleasure. Come in.
Kale's just gonna look really uncomfortable and just look around.
There are various jeweled objects, and there are display cases that have, with locks on them that have various like jewels and little bins.
He's really just not sure how to ask for what he needs. Like, how do you just walk into a store and be like, "I need a skull"?
I'm just going to. Did I need 3 of those?
Is there anything I can help you find folks with?
Seeing his 2 companions clearly being socially inept.
Hey, I'm. Okay, there we go.
Will is going to walk up and go, yeah, stuff.
Hello, sir.
Wow. Yeah,
Okay.
that's better.
What can I help you with? And of course, you being a fellow gnome, there will you can easily tell that she's a rock gnome.
Magical stuff.
Well, I
To
kind of
be more
guessed that.
to be more precise, I need a powdered ruby that's worth around 1,500 gold pieces.
All right.
And I would also, if you happen to have any, free black onyx stones.
We can accumulate. We can accommodate that. And I will be right back because I just heard my cat puking in the other room.
Oh no!
Alright, so we're
Try to-
killing the shopkeep.
Yes.
No, 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 no. I'm saving that for Meredith.
Each.
Easy.
My eye was killing me.
How are my humans looking?
Sorry about that delay.
We're fine.
Yeah,
What do you mean, Quentin? Like, who's got what?
No, I'm checking if I have an
Let's go.
attunement shop lot free.
Mm.
See if I even can go shopping for something.
I mean, you
There's
can
some
always
things I
switch out stuff too
True, true.
and see if anybody else can use what you have.
I mean, I have a stone of luck that someone else could
Those
use.
are nice. I like
Yeah.
those.
hmm I like those because I like having good saves,
Hmm.
and I have a few stats that are like 0. So.
Gives you a little boost.
hmm Oh, what's the thing with?
That saved my husband a couple of times in my campaign. He'd always forget to add one to his death saves.
Mhm.
Saved him.
I like that it like automatically adds it in Roll20. Because else I'd had to do it the other way.
Yeah, I kept forgetting about it.
Um,
You guys ready to
this
continue?
one-
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have the problem. Like one of my cats is can't have fish stuff at all because she'll develop crystals in her urine, and the vet thinks the other cat might have a food intolerance issue, which means that he occasionally throws up after eating the only food that I can serve them at the moment. I'm going to find something else that they can both eat, or buy one of those fancy setups where the with the color IDs. Have you ever seen those? So
Mm-mm.
that which won't make either of them happy because they enjoy eating eating from the same bowl. They seem to think that's a good thing, good social thing. But if it's between that and them getting sick, I will do that for them. But anyway, so you guys are currently, 3 of you are at least are inside a shop. The gnomish gatherings, and speaking with a nice, pleasant rock gnome woman who is gathering up some ruby dust at the moment. And what else would you like to try to order from her?
I said 3 black onyx stones worth 150 gold pieces apiece.
All right. What else? Anything else?
Do you have any of the more esoteric magical components?
Well, I'm not really a magic shop, dearie.
Well,
I'm more...
it does have to do with jewels. Just an encrusted object.
Oh, well, I might have some of those. What are you looking for?
A skull.
Skull. She looks around for a moment. High or low?
Low, because that's just today.
She frowns. No, I'm afraid not. I don't have any skulls encrusted with jewels, I'm afraid. I can maybe make you one as a custom piece. It'll take some time, of course, but I can do some fine work if that's what you need.
I'm not sure we're coming back here.
Oh,
I mean, we're just passing through.
well, I suppose. I'm afraid I can't help you with that then. If you're just passing through, I don't have any.
Oh, that's a shame. Such a shame.
Kel just shrugs. It's no big deal. Can get into plenty of trouble without it.
Do you have any flowers?
No, I'm afraid not. Just jewels.
Why not any gilded flowers?
She shakes her head. You might want to try Hollysink Gardens nearby. It's an herbalist shop. They have many types of flowers there.
Even gilded ones?
She kind of shrugs. I don't know. Maybe. I for sure don't have any.
How about the gem encrusted bowls?
Gem encrusted bowls. How many do you need?
2 to replace the 2 we used. I don't want to make that decision.
Considering how
Well-
much these fuckers eat, might as well go with from how many do you have?
I happen to have 3 of them.
Yeah,
These people are
Out
eating
of-
out of the house, and I don't even have a house.
Do we have the funding to do 3 of them?
yes. Out of character, this dungeon is huge. I don't know how long could be down there.
Well, it's a good thing that I don't really need to eat or drink. I have my
Don't worry.
party
No,
available.
no recipes for
You
you.
guys can eat for me. It'll be fine. Yeah, so I guess the 3 bowls. I'm not. Yeah.
I feel like Shori's just like keeping track of like how much everything's costing and be like,
I'm not even buying things for me.
yeah,
So that's what, 30,000 gold for the bulls?
But no,
they're
1,000
1,000 apiece.
Oh,
Yeah,
1,000
no.
apiece. Sorry, for some reason I thought they were 10,000 apiece.
No, that would be a really expensive spell, and we would never cast it.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot. For some reason.
How
I was
much for
thinking-
the gems and stuff? I haven't marked that
Uh,
out. Yeah.
Actually, double the powdered rubies that I want, please.
And she can do that.
So,
So
that
just
would be
double whatever amount that you quoted her.
Yeah, so that would be. Just give me a second. Doing some math. 3,450 gold for my stuff.
that's including the bulls.
No, that's
No,
that's
no.
just my stuff.
Oh, that's
Tails
just
buying the bulls.
What the fuck you getting? That's 3,000.
Rubies and onyx.
Yeah, it's mostly the rubies.
right. 1,500 worth of ruby dust.
I don't think you're supposed to worry about it.
Well, definitely don't worry about the.
It's like a little
what
kid
the
with a credit card.
Definitely don't worry about what the onyx crystal stone is for. That one you
no,
should
we're
never
very
worry about.
worried about.
Alright, Shori's made the mental note of everything that's been purchased.
Yep, all good.
Later,
so
she's
it's-
gonna like go through all the spell books with like, what spell uses that component? Let's see.
Oh, I don't have a spell book. She can't look at mine.
Oh, she probably wouldn't be able to read mine.
What was the total again, Viren? 3,000 what?
3,450.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And plus the bulls, that would be 6,450. Okay.
I have 2,000 gold. I have 15 items I want to buy. This is gonna be hard.
Add.
Probably not gonna find any of them, to be honest.
No chewing on that.
Almost nothing.
But it has fiber.
It's a cable. It can zap you.
Fiber optic.
Okay. Okay, cool. I've got the gold changed on that.
Well, I can't wait to use the powdered ruby.
That sounds a little bit disturbing.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Fine.
I mean, the black onyx stones will be great to use too, but those are going to be hard to use.
I do not want to know what you're gonna use them for. I'm already concerned.
It's
That's
Sort of fine.
that's a favorite spell. That's a great spell. I love that spell. Gonna be interesting to see you use it, and who knows what the party's gonna say. But I
Well-
like that spell a lot.
curious at which one you're looking at.
Oh,
The one that
the
the
one that
powdered
uses
ruby one.
the one that uses the powdered ruby. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thought so. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to mess around with it.
Other members of the party are probably going the fuck right about now.
I mean, if they don't know about it, it's fine, right?
Oh, I'm pretty sure I know what it is because I was in the room
Yeah,
whenever he
yeah,
picked
I
the
mean-
spell.
I mean, yeah, you know out of character what it is.
Out of character, yeah. Because I was like, this one seems more Varen. Because it's
You'll
shaped.
be
And I know I spelled that badly, Kale.
Fine.
Hmm.
All right. So is anyone getting anything else there at Gnomish Gatherings?
I mean, I want to go cosmetic and perfume shopping, but
oh
I
my
don't want to
god.
waste the party's time with that.
Hey, there are some very cool perfumes in this.
We have a forked metal rod.
No, I don't deal with metalwork. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're looking.
I mean, I
more
guess
of a
I do need
jeweler.
tuning forks attuned to various planes, but we don't know where we want to go, so I don't know.
Are you saying this out loud?
Sure.
Oh well, you might want to look in secondhand goodies then. If I think they might have something like that over there.
All right. Well, then I guess that's our next stop. After the hippogriff store.
Well, we weren't going to the.
Well, we weren't going there,
What
but
about the
yeah,
herbalist?
she's gonna go through that bit. Oh, and the herbalist, yeah.
Yes.
And I would like a weapon shop too.
Well, Hunter's Run has some weapons, depending on what you're looking for.
Anything of the magical variety.
Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. It's
We have a coupon.
no, I'm afraid not.
Alright. So those are next stops. We'll start with whatever one's closer. I believe actually might be the herbalist shop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Would
so Frock went off by himself to go to the
Animal shop.
hippogriff, the glorious hippogriff supply.
Yes.
Seems to be a supplier for various mounted combat beings, which of course your dragon is included in. Inside,
Yeah.
Vax, you just can't step in front of that screen when I'm trying to recite. Inside, you see a male half elf with a glorious mustache.
Hey,
And-
person, you have a very nice mustache.
Nicola looks down. Oh, a goblin. I was not expecting a goblin today. Welcome.
I'm very friendly. Don't worry.
Well, you must have been if you're wandering around the city. Welcome. This is Glorious Hippogriff Supply. What can I do to help you today?
So I have this pet dragon.
A
And,
dragon? Ooh.
I'm wondering if you maybe have some equipment because I'm very scared. She's gonna get hurt.
What kind of dragon do you have? And how old?
It's like a. If I'm not mistaken, she's called like a wormling, and she's like silver. She's called Sylvie. She's very
silver
nice.
dragon. I guess they're from the south, yes? There's supposed to be a lot of silver dragons down there.
Yes, I guess. I mean, am I even from this plane? No,
Yes,
I'm
you are. You're
yeah,
from. You're
okay,
from
yeah.
You're actually from the south, the kingdom of the downtrodden.
Yes. So I was wondering if you maybe have some items that I could buy for her
Oh, I
to
do
help her
have.
out.
I do have a few items. Most mounted combat around here are centered around things like hippogriffs. But there are some who have managed to tame, in a matter of speaking, white dragons. So armor has been commissioned for dragons, although none silver. I assume that their sizes are comparable.
I would I know? I would know. I should know.
Yeah,
I'm
as a dragon
yeah.
rider, you know that generally speaking, while you know the differences between the types of dragons tend to be, you know, horns, the type of the type of breath weapon, and temperament.
Yeah, it should work. If not, I'll have it like a bit adapted later on. I don't know.
All right. You said wormling. Let's see. Yes, wormling. I think I do have dragon wormling armor. This would be more of a custom piece, I believe. I need to figure out the price. Sorry.
It's fine.
1 second.
5 million.
I'm not that rich.
Sorry about that. I had to take
I-
off my headset to reach a book.
I'd have to sell everything I own to probably buy. I mean, I think if I sell everything, I might be able to buy something.
Sell the dragon.
No,
The dragon is not a possession. The dragon is an ally.
don't. I will crush you, gnome.
They will steal your dragon.
I will miss 15 times, but the one time I hit, you will die.
True. But how are you supposed to hit with disadvantage? Aren't you going to miss 30 times?
Joke's on you. I think I might have a spell to solve that if I can take a long rest.
If.
Yes. I mean, to be honest, I can probably take a long rest in the time you need to kill me. Maybe not, but
Oof.
I don't know. I have pretty
That's
decent.
a lot of
saving
talk for
throws,
someone so small and carryable.
says the gnome.
Says the gnome who can turn into a large eagle.
It's just an eagle. It's not a dragon. It's puny. Dragons are cooler. They've
I think
breath
eagle is faster than a vermling.
not if I break your wings. Nah. I hope I can find some good armor.
Yeah, there's nothing specifics that I was looking for to see what a good price for mounted armor would be in the book I was looking in, sadly. So I will have to look at another armor spell, armor, and see what that price is, and then try to adapt it for.
Yeah, the thing is, she already has pretty decent AC. So if I want to get like armor that improves that, that's also gonna be expensive, I presume.
Can you repeat that, please?
She has like 17 natural armor. So if I want to get armor that's better than that, it's gonna be quite expensive. Maybe there are like braces of defense that the dragon can wear. I don't know. That could be handy. But
Well, I mean, white dragon scales are easy to come by here. She could dress in a.
she could wear the skin of her cousins. Yes.
Although I'm not here to tell you that.
That would be kind of disturbing.
Just oh no. Nah. Sophie's a good girl. She won't wear the skin of people. I hope. Next time I'll see her fully decked out in gnome skins.
All right, hold on. I'm looking up information on barding. Since the closest thing of equivalent I could think of is armor for horses, and I know that does exist. So that means there must be some information of how much barding costs. Is it comparable to just the regular armor that players can buy, or does it cost more? Does it cost less? What's the deal with it?
Yeah, that's a good question. Granted, I'm more worried about her hit points than her AC, because she has like about the same amount as Viren, and I do not like that.
So the cost for barding, according to D&D Beyond, is 4 times the equivalent armor made for humanoids.
Ah. Yeah, that makes
That's going
sense.
to cost a pretty penny.
Yeah.
I mean-
so, what is your current AC?
17, so there's, I think, only one armor that's higher than that.
You'd have to put plate on her.
Earl, you might have put that in the wrong place.
Oh,
just saying.
probably, yeah.
Yeah, you put that in my.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
put it in
That might-
microphone.
That's because I live in the freaking
Too much
Minecraft channel.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
If it's an increase by 1, I might as well.
So-
That's beautiful.
That would cost you. Let's see here. 600 gold. Sorry, 6,000 gold. Ugh. Brain.
I'm good. Do you maybe have? That's a bit out of my price range. I also have another question.
Yes.
Do you sell like things for pets, right?
I sell things for mounts, not exactly
Yes, for
pets.
mounts.
This is not a pet
mean-
store.
Yeah, true. But like, can I buy some food? Do you sell dragon food?
Well, actually, I suppose I do have some of that. I mostly have. I mean, my majority of my supply is with hippogriffs, but we do have food that dragons can eat too. Does your dragon prefer meats, or is your dragon an omnivore?
Don't dragons also eat, valuables?
I think she's omnivore, but Frog would know. What does Frog know about this?
As far as you can tell, your dragon will eat just about anything.
She's the omnivore, should be fine.
All right. Are you looking for something special or just day-to-day food?
What's the price difference?
Is it the price difference? Well,
Yeah.
special food is always a bit pricier, but it often makes mounts happy.
Okay, yeah, do that. Do the price one.
Go for some pricier food. All right. Facts. No. No.
How much would for 20 days cost me?
Sorry, cat is being very distracting at the moment. For 20 days, that is. Let's see. Let's see here. That would be. How many times a day do you feed the amount? Do you feed them once a day or twice a day?
Twice a day?
All
But
right.
not too much.
All right then. So that would be little guy. Stop doing that, please. That would be 120 silver.
Oh, 120?
120 silver pieces. Yes.
Silver?
Yes.
Let's do enough for 40 days then.
All right. That would be 240 silver then.
Here you go. 240, right?
240. Yes.
Okay. Boom. Here you go. Oh wait, that's the wrong. That's a lot less cheaper than I thought it would be. That's good. Okay. Do you happen to know like a bookstore as well, like a magic bookstore?
Oh, unfortunately, there are not really a magic bookstores down on this part of the city. You would have to be able to go up to the top, and I very much doubt they would allow you as a tourist to get up there, unless there was some
Yeah.
very special reason.
That's sad. Do you know a tattoo shop?
Tattoo shop? No, I'm afraid I do not know about the tattoo shop. Sorry. FYI for you, roll a history check for me, please, Frack. You don't know about a tattoo shop here, of course, since you've never been here before, and he seems to say it doesn't seem like there is. You do seem to recall, though you don't know where it is, that there's a tattoo shop somewhere in your home city, your kingdom.
Okay. Good to know. So you are off the books and you guys are not in contention anymore. Is there anything else I want? Is there like I don't know.
And I will be right back, because I really have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, 10 gold is 1 plat. I don't know. I think I'm good. Maybe we want like a wand of secrets or something. Because that might be handy in the dungeon. Or
What's a
let's
wand of
also-
secrets?
You have 3 charges a day, and you can basically say, "Is there a secret in this room?" And then the wand will point to it.
Oh.
It's very good if we all
I mean,
suck
we
at
have some
investigation.
really investigative and perceptive people. We
True, you make a good
probably
point.
don't need that.
Yeah,
Like-
Amanette's pretty on point. Her
Mm-hmm.
passive investigation is a 28. Her passive perception is a 27.
Other thing that might be good is a lantern of revealing, which basically shows if there are invisible creatures in the room and makes them visible, so that we don't have to fight invisible creatures, which might be a threat in the dungeon. I don't know. I was thinking of getting a prairie up of poison and just being immune to poison, but I don't know. I'd rather save my money for later. I wanted to get like a resistance tattoo so I could be like resistant to fire damage or something. I just think that might be handy. With people throwing fireballs and stuff.
People don't do that.
I mean, probably necrotic damage would be better, actually.
I can't think of a single person in this group that would throw a fireball.
I can't throw fireballs, or I would.
Not Virion, but oh, what's his name again? The Windstar. The
Ah,
gnome
yes,
one.
one of the Windstars.
Yeah, the Windstar that's now a gnome. He likes to throw fireballs, doesn't he?
What? What are you on?
I remember.
Halfling? Biddy?
Yeah,
What?
Biddy.
But he's not.
No.
But he doesn't have that type of magic.
No.
Viren has that type of magic. Viren's the one who.
Viren and
Viren.
Fawn both have.
Fawn, I
Fireball.
mean, Fawn.
Yeah,
Yes.
Viren and Fawn are both
Fawn, yes.
capable
Fawn.
of throwing fire.
Doesn't Fawn throw a lot of fire? I remember being shot in
Sorry,
the face
back.
with like
Scorching Ray.
the name? Yeah, Scorching Ray. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll meet up with the people.
All right. So where are you guys off to next?
Herbalist, I
Herbalist.
believe.
Yes.
Herb.
Okay.
Oh, they might have an item I want actually. That's
I
perfect.
can't even remember what I was mumbling about that they're sending me to the shop that I was going to for. God. My brain is just not here today.
Yeah, I get that. Ah! Little guy, stop that. That's not a toy, little guy. Alright, so you're heading to the herbalist, you said?
Mhm.
And no, you have not. It's still the same day, Jesse. Same day that you fought the ice dragon. Okay. So you get to the herbalist shop, and you see a very dark-skinned elf, and you quickly surmise not just dark-skinned, but part drow. And he's kind of in the process of moving, one little herb to another pot, like from a bigger pot. And which of you are actually in the shop right now?
I'm with them trailing along.
Yeah.
Will is
I'll
like
go to-
silently walking
Thank
over right
If
next to this
I-
person
I'm gonna
as
sit
he's
there.
moving this little what was it?
It's some kind of herb that they're
Yeah.
transferring from a big pot, from like a bundle of a big pot, like one of those big overgrown herbs, and like take a cutting from it, put it down into a smaller pot so that it can grow.
He can will cast Druidcraft and make it bud.
That seems to make the man smile a bit, and he looks down. Thank you. Are you here at the shop?
Yes. I need a flower covered in gold.
Flower covered in gold, you say? Any particular reason? He heads over to his counter and looks out at you.
Well, it's, you know, the way you always use flowers. Do you force someone to do something for you?
No, no, I was just curious. If you need one that is still growing, or one that is simply a flower that has been dipped in gold and is waiting purchase.
Oh, just one dipped.
All right, I do have some of those. And he kind of like goes over to a display case that has various, flowers that seem to be preserved in various sorts of ways. Dax, you can't be sitting on that. I need to look at it for prices. Come on. I need my book. I know you look comfy, but I need my book. The other book won't move. You can lay on that book.
But
See, look, you
book.
can lay on that book. Cats, they always want to lay on the book that you're currently holding.
Of course.
Hmm.
That's the best book.
How dare you pay attention to anything other than them?
Indeed.
All right. So, you want one of these flowers, and he goes into a case and brings out a lovely gold-plated flower. Look like some very thin gold. Like one of those flowers that is round with the various petals around it.
Uh-huh.
Like a daisy?
I guess I am terrible at
poppy?
flower names, so don't don't quote me on any type of flower that might be.
Didn't he say he needed a rose? Or is it just a flower?
Just a flower.
Flower.
I have these,
Wow.
and I have have these, and he gestures towards a more trumpet-shaped flower. He pulls one out, and I think I have one of these as well. And he reaches in and pulls out a bigger flower that definitely looks like it may have once at one time been a rose.
Need one that is a little bit more pricey.
Is there a particular price you're looking to spend on this, or
Oh, about
beginner grants?
300.
I can sell it to you for that?
Only worth 2, but I'll sell it to you for 3.
Perfect.
It works for the spell, right?
Perfect, yes.
He smiles.
Found a loophole, guys.
Yes, it will definitely work for the spell. And he sets it down in front of you. Do you need any it to be packaged up, or you take it like this?
We kind of just grabs it and like sticks it down his clothing. It just disappears somewhere in there. Like, no, that's fine. It'll hold.
Does anyone else in the group need to buy stuff from the herbalist?
Actually, I do. Or I'm curious about something. And Aminette will step up, sets her bag on the table, and she reaches in and she will pull out a mushroom. I had a little bit of time down in the Underdark, and me and a friend of mine found there's a lot of curious mushrooms that grow down there.
Ah.
This one right here is known as bigwort,
Ah.
and it will increase your size. It also has a counterpart called pygmywort. By chance, do you have any pygmywort or this mushroom lying around?
High or low?
Hi.
I'm afraid I don't happen to have any, but I can talk to some people who I believe cultivate these and ask them to sell me some. There's just been no reason to sell any to other people.
That's fair. And a lot of people don't go to the Underdark quite frequently.
Well, yes. Well, there's no access to the Underdark on this continent. It's you have to go down to Aberys to get to the Underdark.
Ah, well, that would explain why you wouldn't have any of these. And she'll put the mushroom away. I don't know when I'll be back through, but I mean, there are benefits to it. So, I mean, if you like the exotic herbs and such, I definitely recommend it. So,
Well, now,
might
that,
be
now
good.
that we are opening up to the trade and people outside of Arkenfeld, perhaps there will be a bigger market for it.
Mhm.
I can talk to some people who might be able to supply it.
If you're run into a mushroom vendor, there's also these two, and she'll pull out two others. This one's known as nose fungus, and it helps you just be more acute with your sense of smell. And then this, and she'll pull out some ripple bark. And this is actually, it's found mostly on corpses. A little weird, but it's fine. But it actually has, it's very good for cooking. And
Would you be willing to sell that to me?
the ripple bark? Sure.
Perhaps I can cultivate and gain a market for it. There's a very tiny population of drow in the city and in Arkenfeld in general.
Oh,
There
they
is
would
a
love it.
population, and I believe they would enjoy this. Yes.
Yeah, I've got two clusters of ripple bark. I'll sell you one of them. I don't
Alright.
know. I don't know what.
Didn't you say those things mostly grow on corpses?
Yes.
And this guy wants to cultivate it?
I mean,
Oh.
what they do in their free time is their business.
See, this is why I don't like businesses.
I mean, it can grow naturally if they were to inoculate the spores and be able to. I mean, it could grow on, say, a dead cow, a dead pig, or something. It just needs
Your neighbor.
exactly rotting flesh.
God damn it.
Whatever you have on hand, you know.
The people in your crawl space, you know.
Yes.
And she'll just smile and turn, and I genuinely don't know how much it's worth.
At the moment, he holds out a gold piece for it.
That's fine. She'll take a gold. Pleasure doing business, and yeah, I think the drought would actually really like that. Little bit of home for them. And yep, that was it.
Anyone else looking to buy from the herbalist?
Before we leave, Kale would casually inquire if he knows if Nimrin still works as the royal gardener. Not to
Oh.
presume that all drow know one another, but you said that
They
you have
are
a small community
very
here.
small community.
Yeah,
So yeah,
he
it's
would
like
ask.
yeah, it's like oh yes, he still works there. The queen seems to be very much in favor of his continued employment.
Kale's just gonna nod. Thank you. Former acquaintance.
Yes, well, he seems to be quite well. He is, of course, getting on there in years, but he is well.
Kale nods, and he's just gonna like pull out his book and a sheet of paper, and start jotting something down.
Yuri would just kind of. Do you know the direction to the weapon shop? I was told there's one.
Well, the Hunter's Run is the most common weapon shop in the area. There are other weapon shops, but I think most of them are in the upper city, done by the Sky Guard and everything. But yes, so the people are allowed to buy and sell things like bows and arrows and other such accoutrements. And so the Hunter's Run is quite filled with them and other supplies for hunting.
I also have like a few questions. Do you happen to
I did
have,
not see that. A
Hi.
goblin. How interesting. Welcome.
why does everyone keep saying that?
Because most of us have not seen an actual goblin in the flesh.
Very
Only heard
nice.
stories.
Weird question. Do you happen to have like any plants that we can eat to increase like vitality?
Plants to eat the goose mentality. Well, are you talking about blood production, or are you talking about
I'm talking
plants that
about
can
like
help you
not,
stay awake and make you more fighting fit, at least in the short term?
yeah, that one.
Huh.
The I don't want to die while being stabbed one.
Well,
I don't know why you would want to bleed more. That seems like a dumb idea.
Oh, no, blood production is that's a metabolism booster. We were saying vitality. Now I do have one thing that I'm aware of. It is sometimes used by scholars who need to stay awake for long periods of time for studies. It does have some drawbacks. You do not want to take too much of it, or it might. Well, it does have a small percentage chance of killing you.
That sounds bad.
Cocaine. Sorry.
Yes,
Mm.
but if it's used sparingly, it is said to be very useful. Probably something more like Adderall, but cocaine.
Yeah,
or
no,
or
yeah.
meth is another possibility.
That doesn't sound like a good thing to eat. I think I'm gonna pass. Second question: do you happen to have a pot of awakening?
Okay, can you repeat that?
A pot of awakening.
What is
So
that
this is a
exactly?
Wendy's.
It's a magical item where you plant the flower in a pot and then the flower turns into a sentient creature.
All right, let's go
Basically.
with high or low again.
Low.
I don't think I know of
Please.
something like that.
Ah.
But if you're looking for something magical, you might want to check at Secondhand Goodies. They have all sorts of weird stuff.
Sure, I'll go check there. Thank you very much. Don't give that heart disease thing to people. Sounds like a bad idea.
Well, it is, and that's why I always warn customers that it has potential drawbacks. I don't sell it to them as as anything that's like completely positive. It does have potential of death, but some people are willing to risk it, and that is on them. That is their choice.
Last question. Has there been any weird extraplanar interference here?
He kind of gives you a weird look. No. You might want to talk to the Sky God if you're that concerned about such things.
I mean, it's just a question because it's kind of my job to punch that in the face. If that happens. But if there was none, that's good.
Alright.
To the thing you guys want to go to. I'll wait.
I think then we're going to both at some point. Which one do we want to go to first?
What are the choices? The hunter thing, and then what was the other?
The name just immediately dropped out of my head.
I can't even remember what was at that second shop that
It was well, one was like hunter stuff, and one was like, oh, it was the secondhand stuff.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
can't remember
secondhand
what I
stuff.
asked about that they told me I
Tuning-
might find there. Oh, the tuning forks.
Tuning forks.
The planar forks, yeah.
Yeah. Let's go there, because that sounds like a fun, like, thrifty, like, pawn shop, like, random shit place. You
Yeah,
never know what
go
you're
there
gonna find.
first.
Yeah, that sounds
We might
fun.
find what we're looking for there.
Yeah. Gotta love the flea market. Find all sorts of shit there.
I was at one the other day and I bought an old ammo box from the Cold War.
So I went when my parents were in town, and I found a giant leather-bound hideaway book that you put on your bookshelf, and it's velvet lined, and I'm going to use it as like a Dykes box. I'll put a picture of it in there later, but it was like $13. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Fucking keep your drugs there.
By the way, I believe that
That too.
anybody in the herbalist shop right now would notice that Kale is in the process of writing something.
Mhm.
I mean, he's been writing something.
I tried to look over your shoulder, but I'm too tiny.
uh,
Yeah, sure he would.
definitely interested on what he's writing.
You would be.
I'll just steal it later.
Yeah,
Oh, I
sure he would.
forgot. He leveled. Oof.
Yeah, we're level 13.
Yeah, we leveled. You're
Level
looking at a
4.
level 2 rogue.
Oh. Oh god, yeah, I got that spell. I'm so healthy right now. Probably gonna cost it in Sylvie because she needs it more than I do. But yeah, let's go.
The second-hand place.
Second-hand goodies.
What would I have to roll to see what he's writing?
He only rolled a 13 in sleight of hand, so whatever Kale wishes to share with you right now.
No, none of it. That's what I wish to share.
None of it.
Maybe write it in a Discord message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the more religious people here don't know.
Well, isn't it like an Elven or something?
It's gonna be in Elvish. So if you don't understand Elvish,
I mean,
Yeah, who the
yeah, no.
fuck knows Elvish?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Elves.
All the elves.
I mean, no, wait. Actually, do I still?
Everyone
than
knows that the only
no,
language worth
actually,
knowing
Grizz,
is Gnomish.
Grizz.
What's
It's
it
an
in?
undercommon. It's an undercommon.
Oh.
Abonnet would
Hold on,
know.
Everyone knows that one.
Because he's
Well, if I notice it's not in a language I understand, you realize what I'm gonna do, right?
He's gonna cast tongues.
I'm just gonna
Don't
cast a
you need
spell to understand it.
wait, don't you need to touch the paper to read it with that spell?
great. So I gotta keep away.
Now, you also understand any written language that you see.
Oh.
Wait a minute. You're down in a little chair. How are you looking up at my book? The back.
Checkmate.
The chair
Well,
rises him up so that his head is actually the same height as the rest of you.
All of a sudden we just
Does
hear
have legs.
zoop.
That's why he got a spider chair, not a wheelchair. The spider chair can lift him up high enough that he's at head level with everyone else.
Shady.
So he's taller than he was before.
Never mind. You know what? Instead of doing that, because you're right, I do have to be touching it, I'll just try and copy what he's writing. So I can figure it out later.
So that's a weird
Kale.
scribbly.
Yeah. Let me. I'm just. Well,
And
how
that's
later
a-
are you gonna try to figure it out? Because I'll whisper
As
it
soon
to
as
Shuttle.
it's done. As soon as like, as soon as you like stop writing, he'll cast the spell to try and read it.
I mean, is he even aware of your scrutiny? Like, can I? Like, all of a sudden, he gets really quiet, and everybody's staring at him, and he's just like, "What?" Let's see. Shuttle. I'm guessing Aminet's seeing it, and Varen, correct?
Yeah, she understands Undercommon, and she's got a passive perception of 28 and a passive
Yeah,
investigation
no, I
of 27.
told Grizz that you were gonna see it no matter what I rolled, so
Yeah. I'm like,
Uh,
she's all eyes, so
all right.
whether or not she'll say anything, she usually keeps her shit to herself. Cool. Yeah, she ain't gonna say anything.
This is fine. Sure,
Okay.
would have noticed it and just kept. He was like, eh.
Where the f-
Zero cares given. Well, right.
So-
Look.
Are you guys heading to the Hunter's Run or the secondhand goodies next?
Secondhand goodies. Give me that pawn shop.
All right. Yes, it is most definitely some kind of crazy pawn shop, and just like every pawn shop you've probably encountered before, there is dust hanging in the air and weird wind chimes or perhaps door chimes hanging near the door, things cluttering shelves, the estranged half mostly mummified monkey's paw from the look of things just sitting haphazardly on a shelf as if tempting you to buy it or touch it. Uh, the occasional spider's web hanging in a corner that may or may not be real.
This is the place where Will would go up with the void zone, and he would go, sorry, best I could do is 5 copper.
My
Oh,
God.
Pawn Stars.
God damn it.
And sitting there in a rocking chair is probably the oldest elf you've ever seen. An ancient elven woman, all wrinkly with long silvery hair, one eye that seems to be cataract over, just long fingernails, and wearing just like sort of simple dress, just kind of to all the way to her feet that are kind of swelled up. You can't even see her feet as she's rocking in that chair, and she grins at you toothily. Says, welcome.
Greetings.
What can I do for you?
I am in the market for some let me get this. Some forked metal rods that are tuned to various planes of existence.
Oh, you know.
And Grizz, did I ask if I could get a plane rod and attune it myself for Shadowfell? If I needed to?
I would say yes.
Or-
You spent some time in the Shadowfell,
Okay.
at least in one of the domains of dread.
So even just an empty one? Not that I think we need to go there, but if we do, I could do that.
Yeah.
Could whack Meredith with the plane of ice one, right? Can I get that off of her? Can I get another blank one?
So
Anyway.
what exactly are you looking for, dearie?
Tuning forks, I suppose, that are attuned to various planes.
Yeah,
For
but
the spell component.
Vince,
Oh, I don't
I
care
don't
where.
know
I
when-
don't care. I don't care where. I don't care.
I don't care where. I just
I
need to
don't
start
care. I'll take
collecting
one
them.
going anywhere.
collecting papers.
So actually, guys, what do you think would be useful? Feywild?
Do you have like a bucket I could like pull from?
Oh, could I get Kyle to attune me to the Feywild? Can I just like
Oh,
buy a bunch
Lord.
of blank ones and like get these
Smack
various
people.
NPCs?
In theory, you can.
Okay, let's think. Yeah.
Because Meredith has got the Plane of Ice, Kyle's got Feywild, I've got Plane of Dread. Do any of you guys have Abyss, or you're not on Aminette?
I mean, she's been to the abyss, but she doesn't have a tuning fork.
No, I mean, but could we use her to attune a tuning fork? That's my question.
You don't know
Oh.
until you try.
Oh.
Could we get some? Where could we get blank ones? They're like $250 for a tuned one. How much would a blank one be?
I also have another character, if we ever meet up with them, that's been to a few different planes.
I mean, I'm not sure if it's like my curse originated in the Plane of Dread, so that's why I think I would be attuned. We know Meredith has a tie because she was that stupid ice dragon. Kyle is some sort of fruity Pegasus thing, so
Oh, I can't remember. What was she attuned to? Hold on.
and then I guess where else do you guys think would be useful?
Yeah, that's a good question. Celestial?
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking long game, y'all. I'm thinking
What?
Galen Cole.
I mean, yeah, sure, but
What plane was Galen's cool little hideout on, or was that his own pocket dimension?
What did Meredith say?
It had a name, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I got it written down. Valinus? Is that it?
And
Valadar.
And Meredith's been there. Could we get her to attune a fork?
Yeah, Valadar is his tower. Through the astral. It's that, so that's going to be the astral sea.
So what tuning forks do we want, and how many blank ones do we want to try to attune ourselves?
We definitely want one to the astral sea because that's where Valadar is.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm open to whatever. I know that Will has been wanting to go to the Golden Fields for a while. That's what,
Oh,
Celestial?
sorry. I'm sorry. What? I've been wanting to go where?
Golden Fields? Isn't that right?
Ah, yes. Gnomes, known for frolicking through the fields.
I can see that Bill is very disappointed in you right now.
Hills.
I
Golden
am talking
Fields.
out of character, so because Amunet would have no clue of
And
that.
I'm still talking about you. I'm still talking about that out of character.
He's still-
Bill is disappointed.
He's still disappointed somehow.
What? I thought he wanted to go to the Golden Fields. I thought that was the whole goddamn
Hills.
point.
Hills.
What? Kills. My bad. There was gold involved. I got part of it right.
There's gold in them there hills.
There's gold in those
Okay, so
hills.
Kim will
about
inquire
Strawberry
about
Hills now.
astral and celestial to start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that how it binds? It goes only to the non-specific of celestial or...
It just says attuned to particular plane of existence. I can specify a target destination, but I may or may not get there.
Because you do have like multiple like different areas of the celestial plane, and
Yeah.
same with the abyss and
Like
hells.
Mount Celestia, Bitopia, Elysium.
Yeah.
It's not like per layer, like say like the 9 hells. It is the 9 hells. You just need to know a location on the 9 hells and try to get to that location.
Well, technically, we don't know a location on.
Described.
We don't really know a location on the celestial plane yet. We
Uh,
only know the
You've been to one of the areas of the slush. Well, I mean, if you're talking about individual, because I mean, there's basically multiple celestial planes. Is another way of putting it. I guess if you say just celestial plane, it would automatically target you to a specific place, one of the planes of the celestial plane. Just like if you say elemental plane, it'll just randomly chunt you to one of the areas of the elemental plane, instead of specifics inside the elemental plane, which are also planes into themselves. Basically, there's like super planes and mild planes. Is another way of thinking of it.
Where did we went to Mount Celestia? Is that where we went?
No,
after the hills?
You went to you went to the
Arborea.
place with all the trees.
Okay, that's where we know on the celestial plane.
Well, is there a label on each one of these rods?
I'm
We
assuming
can put one.
that we could label them somehow, or they might have like a stamping on the handle or something that tells you what they're.
So if you don't
But yeah.
have the one I want, then I don't need a specific one.
Well, like I said, you get it attuned for celestial. If it doesn't, you can, and then you can go anywhere within that sphere.
Really?
I believe so.
I thought it was
It doesn't have
specific.
to be. No, I posted it there. It says, you teleport. You can specify a target, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get there. Like it says, read the spell text.
Yeah, I'm reading.
It
All right,
sounds like
well-
you can say, I want to go to the Sea of Fire, but you might end somewhere else in the same plane, but not quite there.
I'm just asking, why do we need to get to the celestial plane? That's all.
Well, you mentioned it, so I don't. That's the only reason I was going to ask.
Oh,
for it.
I went backward. I said it was astral. It was the
Okay,
astral
so-
sea.
okay,
I was
then-
correcting.
then-
I was correcting myself. Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
so astral. So
Yeah.
let's see if she has one for the astral and a couple blank ones.
Yeah, that'll work.
Sounds good.
So maybe astral and 5 blank forks.
Blank hooks I can do for you. I charge 160 gold for each blank.
Kale's just gonna smile at Shiri. Hey, the nice lady.
How many do you want?
I think 5. Do you think 5 is enough?
Sure.
Should be more than enough.
Yeah. I'll put it down. Okay,
Uh,
so
Do you happen to have any spell scroll?
High or low?
Hi.
Yes, I do have some spell scrolls. What exactly are you looking for?
Well, it's a 6th level spell. It's called Create Homunculus.
Interesting. She kind of grins broadly. I might be able to help you out with that.
There's also a few others, but the Create Homunculus is the main one I'm after.
All right. Let's see here. We do have various spell scrolls. Some people decided that they didn't want them or sold them off to me. Or they came to me as part of an estate sale and the people did not realize what they had. She kind of gets up creakily from her chair and goes to rummage in a what looks like a bin full of vellums. Crap.
Almost painful that she's got them just chucked in a bin.
Yes.
I know, right?
So you're looking for a 6th level spell scroll. Alrighty. They said cut it homunculus.
Yep,
She gets
that
like
one.
pulls one free. It's covered in dust. I think this is the right one. She checks a little ribbon that's around it. Yes, this one, in theory, creates homunculus.
in theory.
In theory?
I think he likes stuff like that.
She smiles.
Ooh, theoretical
What do you-
magic.
What do you mean by in theory?
Oh, well, if I had, I could not cast this, of course, but according to the notes here, and she kind of throws up the ribbon that's around it, is that it is a create homunculus spell. So in theory, that's exactly what it is, and should cast.
Hmm. You mean there's a chance I would get a spell that I don't want?
Well, I believe it is the right spell. She smiles.
You don't like
I-
to gamble.
Could I have a look at it just to double check that it's the right spell?
Of course, dearie. I will let you look at that. I will sell this scroll to you for a mere 8,000 gold.
Someone's
here.
having a stroke.
Dear God.
So
It is a
is it
6th level.
when I have a look at it? Is it
Yeah.
a create homunculus spell?
Roll Arcana.
I rolled a 2. Are you kidding me?
It looks like a perfect homunculus making spell.
What should be a broken spell that doesn't work?
Trade you a magic bean.
Because the last time Viren bought a spell scroll and used it, or was given a spell scroll, it worked
Yeah,
out
so
oh
he's
so well.
being. That's why wants to be extra cautious.
Yeah, it's fair.
Like,
Yeah, last time.
one bad experience ruins all of them.
Only there was
Yeah.
some spell that identified things.
Yeah, but I don't know. Oh no, I do know that spell.
What do you mean you don't know? We had a whole fucking like session of you wanting the fucking stone so you can cast Identify into it again.
Right, I forgot that part. Sorry. Listen, I have a lot of spells, alright. That's hard to keep track.
know the
Hashtag wizard
pain.
problems.
That made me laugh. I'm sorry.
But do I want to?
Doesn't matter if you would or not. I don't know. That's up to you.
Just.
If you
I mean, it's
double check his work.
it's really costly to make a mistake. What was it? 8,000?
I'm willing
would-
to sell this for 8,000 gold.
Oh, Lord.
Can I try to haggle her down a little for him?
Sure, persuasion.
Ooh, flirt with that elf.
Oh God, you.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
Now, surely, madam, you can come down a little in the price.
She smiles with her broken teeth
Gives a little wink.
at Kale and says, perhaps so. It has been here a very long time. And I'm not 100% it does what it does, as it does. So, how about 5,000 gold?
Kale's gonna just reach out and ruffle Viren's hair and say, "It's his birthday."
5,000 gold for the birthday boy.
Sure is
I'll trade you
just there.
5,000 gold and the birthday boy's wishes and a magical bean.
Oh, you have magic beans.
No.
Oh no!
Those are quite wonderful, aren't they?
Oh, they're
Plenty.
wow. They're beans, yeah, and they're magic.
What is the best thing you've ever conjured from one of those beans?
Best thing.
Yes.
Depends on your point of view.
From your point of view.
Oh my god.
Well, there was this one statue that kept insulting me.
Ah, wonderful.
I got kind of fond of it.
Oh my god.
It's still down in hell.
Oh, well, those only last 24 hours.
Ah. There was also all those pyramids.
She laughs. You see a little bit of fluid leaking from the bad eye. She wipes it away.
Oh lord.
And what did I get for you, handsome little gnome?
Well, I was just part of getting those, rods for cleaner activities.
Are you buying in bulk? How many are you wishing to buy?
Didn't you guys buy 5?
Yeah, we bought 5.
Okay, so that you wish to buy 5, which
Yeah.
by itself would... She looks at that and goes, they're 160 gold each, but since your friend is quite charming, how about I sell those to you for only 700 gold for 5 of them.
Ooh. Let's put 100 gold back. Oh, nice.
Already accepted 800 gold.
Yeah, I had already accepted it. I had already put it down.
That's fair.
Okay, yeah. And is Viren getting the scroll?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
buy it. I'll identify it later.
So one
And
magic
probably never
bean
tell
gone.
you people if it's actually what it is.
Okay.
If you wish
let's
to give me a
see.
magic bean, that is of your own free will.
Well, if you, I mean,
I need my calculator.
I'm not sure how this business thing really works. I usually don't handle money or stuff like that. I usually just take the things I want. So, I mean, if you don't want it...
bartering.
Huh?
I said I'm quite fond of bartering. I like magical and unusual items. Are you interested in any unusual items?
You got anything fun?
Depends on the
Amunet
fun.
will speak up. Fun, interesting,
Roll investigation.
unusual. Oh, sweet. Okay. let
Oh,
me-
I need a nail polish of many colors.
Did Sherry also look around because she was also looking for like crossbows mostly?
Do you have a pot of awakening?
Investigation. Come
High
here.
or low again? Again, Frack.
Low again.
Ah, yes. You want a new little friend, do you?
Yeah.
Wow, it's only a common item.
If I remember correctly, from that item, I think it's only awakened when it's in that pot.
Hold on, I'm trying to remember the pricing list here. Ah, here we go. Oh yes, yes, I can sell you one of those.
How much?
Roll me 1d6 plus 1.
It's a consuming item. That's why it's so. Interesting.
What are you looking for? What are you, Frog?
A pot of awakening.
Pot of Awakening. What the fuck is that?
I put a plant in it, and then the plant comes alive.
So-
He wants to make Audrey too.
Oh.
So
I
can
support
sell-
this.
so I can sell you that for only 30 gold.
30?
30 gold, yes.
How many do you have?
I
Oh,
just
God.
have the one.
Okay.
There's no plant in it currently.
Last
Perhaps you
question.
will want to put something interesting in there.
Yeah, I want to put something interesting in there. Do you have a periap of proof against poison as well?
I do have artillery. I do not know if I have one of those. She kind of looks over at her rack. I do have this, and she pulls out what, at first glance, looks like a period of poison. Hold on, forgetting what they actually look like. But they're roll Arcana.
Like anybody looking at it?
Yes.
Okay.
What do my goblin eyes see?
Huh, I thought it was a lower level item than that.
No,
Interesting.
it's proof against poison is pretty high. Granted, it gives you like immunity to poison, so
Yeah.
What are all these Arcana checks for?
Yeah, because I have
holding up
my
the necklace.
in my big book of spell cards. I have them organized by rarity.
that thing lies. That lady has very expensive and very cheap items, and I don't know if it is what it is, so it's dubious.
Yeah, that's why I was gonna describe it, but I'm having trouble finding. Oh, there's a spell missing from in here. It might be the. It might actually be. No, it's not in that spot.
The one of wound closure isn't that bad either. If I buy that one, I could put it on Sylvie. Then she can't really die, which is good. Kinda.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna look it up the other way. Which unfortunately means me to actually know how to spell certain things. Proof against poison? Ah, here we go. No, it's in the rare items list. And it should be here in front of me. I am not seeing it though. Ah, that's why. It's because it's not actually pictured. The delicate silver chain, brilliant cut black gem pendant. Okay. And everyone rolled a Arcana check. Amunet, you look at it and realize that there's something not quite right about that. She says it's a proof against poison, but the black gem looks like it's been colored. That it's actually a lighter colored gem and not the real product, and thus can't be a real parapet of proof against poison.
Can she just reading old granny? Can she discern whether or not the granny's pulling a fast one on us, or she might not realize it is what it is?
Insight. From what you can tell, she doesn't seem to quite grasp what she has. Or doesn't have in this case.
Ma'am, may I see that just for a second? I don't mean to
She kind
question.
of she keeps the chain tucked in her fingers, but
Yeah.
drapes it in front of you so that you have a better way of seeing it.
And she'll just kind of use a little bit of moisture from her mouth and then take her gloved hand and wipe the gem. I think unfortunately whoever sold you this.
It seems to be pretty well on there, paint that's been cemented there for a long time.
Yeah, she'll try to scrape off a little bit and just show the changing color.
And as you do, you find some sort of more reddish gem underneath.
I think this might be something else.
Oh,
And she'll hold it out and show the different color underneath.
it's definitely magical of some kind, but I was told that there was a proof against poison.
I think it might be something else.
Do you
Viren?
want me to help with that? I can figure
Yes.
out what it is if you need.
She'll step aside.
Just give me a minute. And I'll cast Identify on it.
Alright. You discover that it's actually a parapet of health that has been colored black to make it look like a parapet of proof against poison.
I'll relay that.
Looks like it is a parafat, whatever. I can't say that word.
Neither can I.
But not against poison. It seems it's one of health. I mean, so a good item.
Well, I will change the tag of that then.
You still want that frog?
No, I'm good. I'm pretty disease resistant, being the paladin and all.
Right. So how about the weird stuff? What do you got that's unsurly, that's not really seen anywhere?
All right, going off of the earlier investigation,
Yeah.
ones that you guys did looking around, Kale and Will, nothing interesting catches your eye. Shiori and Amunet, though, you look around and you see disturbing things at the corners. There was one what looked like a stuffed monkey with symbols in its hands that was just sitting there on the top of a shelf, and you look away for a moment, Shiori, you look back, and its head, rather than looking straight forward, is now turned to look at you in your direction. And it's very unsettling. Whereas Amunet, you look around, and something that you see in the corner is what looks to be a marionette just kind of hanging from a ceiling of what looks to be a frog in some kind of white sailor's outfit. Which is kind of weird.
Creepy dolls. Yep.
No.
Is there anything light themed? in the shop?
You haven't seen anything like that. This place is pretty dark and foreboding.
Yeah, sure. He's not saying anything around.
Yeah, ritual casting
Mhm.
identify is going to take 10 minutes. So what are you guys doing while Viren's doing this?
I mean, people can leave
We're
me.
just amusedly watching him because there's nothing but dust here for Kale. Or actually, can I? Oh, I guess that would probably be an hour to try to attune that one of the forks to myself.
Neat,
I'm not
interesting and creepy. Urk, you're inside with the rest of them?
Yeah,
haven't said
at first
anything.
he was gonna look for. Yeah, no, I did say when we get to the shop he was probably gonna look for some guitars, but instead I was thinking maybe some interesting masks because he
High or low?
hasn't had a new mask in them. Let's go high.
All right. Okay, what kind of masks do we have here? All right, so you do see some various masks. Though most of them seem to be most, if not all of them, appear to be the kind of masks that really only fit people with flat faces. And you, being a dragonborn, do not have a flat face.
Oh man.
So while they do have masks, they are unfortunately not made for your body type.
Damn. All good.
If you're looking to buy
Then
for
any
somebody else, I can describe.
guitars?
Sadly, no. There doesn't appear to be any guitar type of instrument here. The only thing that seems to have in terms of instruments are drums and some kind of chimes.
Bagpipes.
What?
And bagpipes, right? No bagpipes?
No bagpipes.
Is there a
Dang.
music shop here in the lower city?
Let's see. Are you talking? Are you asking her?
Yeah,
out
I
loud,
mean,
or-
if I could do a history check, maybe. I don't know how much he got down to the lower city.
I don't think he
or-
ever got. He's
No,
like
I
Siddhartha.
don't.
He's like
He would know where
Siddhartha.
there was upstairs, right?
The way
But
the
we're
way
not-
the way I think of Kale is like he's basically Siddhartha without actually having the epiphany, where he was like never went out and saw these things, so he's now like seeing these things for the first time.
No, can't help you there.
But if he's suddenly saying this out loud, the shopkeeper kind of like looks over at him as she's waiting to see what the others say, and she frowns a bit and says, "I do have drums and things here, but if you're very much looking for other instruments, you might want to go down the street and look at Molly's mundane instruments and see if she has any."
Okay, easy enough.
Hmm.
Did the rest of you getting anything, or you're just waiting for Viren?
I mean, I didn't find anything, so other
Do
than
you
the
have
forks.
ion stones?
Give me a 1d100. She shakes her head. Afraid not nothing like that.
No. Do you have a book? Do you have books here?
High or low?
Low.
Oh yes, I have a few books.
Are they crappy romance novels? Because I could use some of those.
We haven't collected any smut from this continent yet, for the record.
Oh wait, you guys have a smut collection that I can read?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hand it over.
And
Uh,
and of course, if you go to the clubhouse, you're
Yeah.
adjacent to Lograt's library, which has everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
you gotta
okay.
find Bob though. I think Bob was balls
Yes.
deep in smut at that point
Mm-hmm.
after the demon book.
Somewhere in the multiverse, Bob is blushing for you saying that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Good old Bob.
And burying
Bob and
his face in-
Ralthor and the grabbing of the pen.
He's burying his
The
face
pen
in
and the
the
penis.
book.
That was such a fun fucking session. Dear God. I could not stop laughing. Ah, the pen. Yes.
His mighty running sword.
Mm-hmm. Oh God, that was so funny.
That's also what I want a barbarian who just says the pen's mighty running sword, and that's what he calls his great axe.
Or just uses his
The
rage
pen.
to stab people in the neck with the pen. Or in the
Mm.
eyeball. Alright, so 10 minutes go by with nobody buying anything, and
Mhm.
she doesn't seem to be interested in kicking you guys out of the store. Money's already exchanged hands, so you've already paid her the 5,000 gold for that scroll, which you are now identifying.
Mhm.
It is technically a homunculus creating spell, but there's something a bit extra tacked onto it. That the homunculus essentially is well, it'll, instead of becoming the normal homunculus, tiny and cute and serving you, it's essentially going to come out as a bowl full of knives and going on a killing spree.
Oh, let's
Oh, I am
definitely cast
keeping
that.
this.
Keep that,
Of course
make it
he
put it in a
is.
bag of holding, and then whenever there's a big fight with a bunch of like a war or
I don't think
something,
it's
just
discerns.
drop that in. Yeah, just drop that into the battlefield and fly off.
No, he's just gonna massacre villages for bodies.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait, did I give him an idea? Sorry.
Well, thank that. That was good. That's definitely what I'm after.
Yeah.
Oh, and I helped him buy it. Jesus.
Alright.
Riz, are
We
you
will-
sure I deserve the sword?
You
Well,
didn't,
you didn't know
buy
what
it
it
for him
was.
intentionally.
So as long as I
Alright.
do stuff for him not intentionally or like just let like enable him, it's okay.
It's not
Alright.
like he's telling the rest of the party what the scroll does.
Yeah, no.
He
I
just
mean,
seems very happy.
They know us. They create homunculus scroll.
Uh-huh.
They have no reason not to trust Viren.
Yet.
I mean, some people do. Not everybody. Yeah.
I mean, as
Uh,
far
you-
as Kale's concerned, he's his
collection
best
of-
friend right now.
Just a
You guys
collection
done
of whirling
shopping?
knives.
I would like to stop by the Hunter store if possible. I would like
Yeah.
to see if I can
I
get
mean,
a
like
costume.
shopping in this.
By the way,
Oh.
Shiori,
Mhm.
next time you look around, the symbol monkey seems to be gone from where you last saw it.
I don't think she's been paying attention to it, to be fair. She's distracted. She's registered that it's gone. I just don't think she's
Concerned.
yeah, she's yeah. Her mind's in like 5 different places. It's fine. Right. Let's see if it has any crossbows for you.
And we head to the Hunter place.
Is it time for a quick break?
It's
Yeah,
about that.
Tobias
Yeah.
just went.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that.
Cool.
Like we're so
Sounds
close to the normal break time. We just finished the shop that we're at, so it looks like a good break point for me. Be back in a few minutes.
Be back. Meow.
Welcome back.
I have a question for the scroll that I have, right?
All right.
Would it be possible to copy it into my spellbook? The way it is, with its added
Oh, good God.
genocidal.
Technically, yes.
Oh no. Oh no, what have you done with this?
I don't know.
But
I mean, it's a
so
sixth
it's
level spell. It's going to cost a lot to do that.
yeah, 300 gold. And then 300 gold, 12 hours. Not too much. And plus, if I do my uh other spell, then I could easily do the 12 hours. I just need money. And with Shiori having the gold, or the party loot at the moment,
Does it
no,
cost
Jesse.
material components to cast it?
Oh, yeah, I guess
Yeah, so
there's
it's whatever the material components plus the ink to record it. And you have to experiment with the spell to master it as you write
the
it in
good
your book.
thing, the good, the good thing is the only spell consumed that components that are consumed are just based like clay, ash, magic root, mandrake roots. Like just those should be pretty cheap. I have the money for that. The only thing I would need is the jewel encrusted dagger. But hey, I can easily get that because people know I have the scroll. And I can
And
give it
it's a
some.
perfectly normal scroll and safe and good.
Exactly. I just need the extra 300 for the time it takes, and ink, and all that. As long as I have it in an enclosed space, that safe spot, I can easily do it.
Good.
What?
What?
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Who are we still waiting on?
My coffee.
Charlotte as well.
And I'm
Quentin,
assuming
hi.
Jesse.
I'm here.
I'm still
Oh.
here.
So we're just waiting on
Wait.
Shuttle.
While we're waiting for the others to return, you're going to the hunting place next, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that was the plan. Because Amunet needs a magical weapon.
So how's everyone doing today?
I am very tired.
Pretty meh. I buried the hedgehog this morning since it was raining too hard to bury yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She was very old for a hedgehog.
But still,
Yeah.
sorry for the fur baby loss. Or specky baby loss.
She was full of spite and anger and hate, and I thank God she was cute.
That's just an amusing description of a hedgehog.
Yeah.
It's accurate. She's very cute, but did not want to be hung out with.
Like, no touch. No touch. I am Prickle. No touch.
Pretty much.
I am the prickle. No touch.
Basically, like, I will force you to love me! And she's like, no. Yeah.
So, are we just waiting for Jesse, or is there anyone else missing?
I think we're all here.
Yeah, just is here.
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
Just gonna go and get my coffee, but go ahead and start.
Alrighty. So, after leaving the creepy secondhand magic shop with bizarre items, what? Did you say something?
I was saying, it's fine.
Uh,
Nothing creepy.
You guys start making your way down the street towards your next location. Towards the next location, Hunter's Run. It's actually a decent-sized shop. Looking in, you can smell the living wood. You can smell leather, and you see dried food goods that mostly seem to be various kinds of jerky, along with numerous bows and arrows. Coming up to the standing behind the counter is a wood elf woman with a kind of tanned complexion and hair tied back in a ponytail. Working in the back of the shop appears to be a wood elf man who is currently in the process of hanging up various leather goods. What do you wish to do?
I'm gonna step up. Good day.
Hello there. How can I help you today?
Wanting to upgrade my crossbows if possible, or see if you had something a little nicer.
Are you able to use other bows? She kind of gestures at the display racks. Various nicely crafted bows. Or crossbows are only specialty.
Crossbows are my thing, really. I'm better skilled at it. I mean, I could use a bow, but crossbows are actually a little bit better for me.
Hey, Henry! And she starts yelling in Elvish, which those Elvish speakers understand as, we have a customer up here who uses crossbows, apparently. I think she's trying to upgrade. Think you can bring back a selection? And you hear the wood elf in back respond in Elvish. All right. I'll gather a couple of them up and bring them up. And the rest of you see him leaving the leatherworking that he's just in the process of hanging up and heading over to looks to be a back room. My husband is currently fetching you some to look at, she says.
Oh, thank you. While he's doing that, I was also curious, since this is a hunter shop, you know, that it's always very good to be a little
We sell
well-read.
both supplies for hunting and the products that hunting brings in.
So I'm curious, do you have any sort of like a book or a guide to dealing with poisonous and venomous beasts or monsters in the area?
You mean like a guide to Urkenfeld? Yes, we
Yeah,
do have,
for the
have have some of those. They're becoming more popular now that the tourism is starting to open up after, well, since my parents did, really.
And I'm looking just to deal with just kind of learning about the wildlife and different things that are unusually here, and possibly learning how to, utilize what
She-
gifts
She goes over to
those
a
animals
display
might
of,
have.
of leather-bound books and pulls one down, and you can see that there is some sort of gold leaf and printing on the cover saying "Field Guide to Arkenfeld" on it, and sets that down.
Perfect.
I can sell this to you for 5 gold.
Look sheepishly at Chiori. I could learn how to distill some poisons and stuff and different venoms and things in the area.
Joro hand the 5 gold.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay.
Send it on.
And Wood Elf man comes forward with a bundle of bows and a few cases of crossbow bolts and sets them up on the counter in front of you. Now, I think some of these might be some that are in your tastes, perhaps.
Sorry, I just took a bite of my bow and I was just like, ah, fuck. um, um, uh, and she'll take her 2 hand crossbows and put them on the table. We ran into some creatures that were resistant to a lot of things unless they were magically enchanted, and I was curious to see if by chance you had a hand crossbow, and I want to upgrade to something a little heavier for my for the bigger stuff, and was seeing if you had a light crossbow that might be enchanted.
Well, yes. Well, mildly enchanted. It's more of makes it a little more powerful, and I believe punches through resistances of certain kinds. She gestures at a set of hand crossbows, and then there is a slightly bigger crossbow next to it. It says, these here, she gestures at the smaller ones, I believe are the hand crossbows you were looking for. I am charging 600 gold for each of them. But there is also this, and she points at the heavier crossbow. It is a bit more powerful, if you're interested. And that will cost you... Oops, wrong second die. That will cost you 11,000 gold.
For a light crossbow?
No, the one is a heavy crossbow.
Oh, just a light crossbow.
The 2 hand crossbows are 600 gold each, and then which are plus. It's a hand crossbow plus 1, and then the bigger crossbow, which is actually a heavy crossbow, is a heavy crossbow plus 2.
So there's actually one in between. They don't have any of that? Because there's a difference between a light crossbow and a hand crossbow.
Let's see, a light crossbow? Do you mean a single crossbow? One, it takes 2 hands. She kind of like looks at the pile and says, "I guess that one is. There's one of those as well, but we only have one. There's also a lesser model, I suppose.
And how much for that one?
That one will cost 700 gold."
Okay. If it would be all right, Shiori, if I could grab the light crossbow and then one of the hand crossbows.
See why not? That would help. Fight a lot. Keep you in your specialty. Do something with it.
Yeah. Because the light crossbow will increase the D from a D6 to a D8, and then she can use she is crossbow master, and so be able to do some damage with her.
She can
Bonus
one-hand
action.
a light crossbow? Or she
Yes.
can double hit?
So she has crossbow master, which allows her as a bonus action to pull out a hand crossbow. So
Nice.
she can use the light crossbow and then as a bonus action pull that out. So that should be sufficient.
That's pretty
And
cool.
it'll also, I think that's what crossbow master does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
That's one thing I really like about it. Besides the fact that it ignores the disadvantage at 5 feet.
And also loading properties. So
Yeah.
that'll be good. Okay, so that's 1,305 for her. Okay, let me mark that off of Phaedra. Where are you? Okay. And those are just +1?
Yes, they're just plus
Okay.
1.
Cool, thank you. Oh, and then can I also grab some bolts from you?
I suppose that's... And they're just the normal price.
Okay, cool. I'll mark that off. So that's 6, 3, 6, 5, 6, and then 1 second, honey.
Meow.
Yeah, she's
Very
just like,
insistent cat.
it is time to come out of the room. Okay, 1 gold piece. Yeah. 1 second. Okay. 1 second. I'm good to go. I'm done with the shop. We can move on. I gotta deal with the cat.
So to the instrument store next.
For sure. The bard wishes to have another instrument.
Okay, I'm back.
What say you, Eric? You ready for the instrument shop?
Oh, he didn't need to go to the instrument shop.
Dude, you're always very quiet. Come on, we have to do something.
Alright, let's go to the shop then. Why not? I just don't know what he's gonna buy there.
You were looking for guitars, or
Yeah.
yeah. So buy what you want to buy. Come on.
Gotcha.
Fine.
You had to sit here and
Fine.
listen to us shop. It's your turn.
Your
I still
time
haven't gotten to
shine.
go to the cosmetic store. Come on. No, I'm not gonna force you guys to do that. That's cruel and unusual.
And also the ones that you're looking for.
yeah,
would be
I'd have to go to the upper
city.
city.
Yeah.
Baron wants to go to the upper city with me, right?
Kale, don't do that knockoff scent.
No, I can't. No,
Straight
I can't do
designer.
this. No, it has to be. Yeah, no, it has to be
Yeah.
the right shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
I understand.
the knockoff stuff is actually very bad for you. I've read studies about how some of the worst compounds can be put in the knockoff stuff, and sometimes people even die from it. So, yeah, he doesn't want the knockoff stuff.
No, and he's running low on his signature scent. I mean,
Anyway, so down the street is a place called Molly's Mundane Instruments, which seems to be a shop filled with, things like guitars, lutes, lyres, drums, cymbals, flutes, clarinets, harps, all sorts of different instruments. Inside the proprietor seems to be a young wood elf woman who kind of like her eyes twinkle as she sees you guys entering the shop and goes, "Ooh, what unusual people! Welcome!" She kind of like waves you all in.
Mhm.
Erk will walk in first, I guess. Will.
And wow, you are covered in
And
scales. Are you some kind of
I-
dragon?
I guess I'm. That's what people tell me. I don't really know much about myself, I guess you could say. Been busy for okay.
And you have some music?
Yeah, actually, I was looking for some guitars that make metal noises.
Guitars that make what? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
That makes metalish like noises.
I'm not entirely sure what that
Harsh
means,
sound.
but I can show you. I can show you where the guitars are. Everyone roll perception checks.
Uh-oh. He's bringing out a knife.
Burp.
Quarles is the guitar shop that has sketchy people.
Amunet, you notice nestled among the symbols is a plush monkey holding symbols.
Ah,
Oh
Doesn't-
God.
Most unusual, because there's no other like indication of plush toys in this place.
Kind of cocks an eyebrow. It's an odd mascot. All right.
And the woman doesn't hear you. She's busy showing Urk to the various guitars, and you see various styles of guitars, all what not electric guitars, but some of them look like they could give an electric guitar. But you wouldn't know what an electric guitar is, but I'm talking about real life stuff. A run for their money, including one that seems to have two necks for some reason, and some rather sharp features on it.
Any of these interesting that I should know about?
Ah, well, some of them are most unusual. I'm still not sure what this metal sound is, but if you wish to start trying them out, you can do that. Do you have your own pick, or do you need one supplied?
He'll bring out his. No, he doesn't use a pick. He uses his claws.
Okay.
So
Claws are all
he'll
it needs is a
basically
pick.
start picking at his silver great axe guitar with a metallic sort of sounding, I guess. Should I roll a performance?
Yes. And you're playing your own guitar?
Yes, to my silver greatsword, which is basically the guitar as well.
That plays quite beautifully. Why would you wish to replace it with another instrument?
I don't know, try and get something that's a little bit different sounding. Who knows? I may need it somewhere.
Well,
Because you never know, somebody may not know how to play one of these.
that is true. Are you buying it for somebody else then?
Technically, yes.
Alright.
Say, illusions.
Why don't you try out a few of these and see if they speak to you?
He will pick up the closest guitar and start strumming it, I guess.
Give me another performance check.
Alrighty then. You will start playing, I guess. 16. Yeah, no, I don't like acoustic.
This one doesn't sound very good. And she says,
Acoustic's
"That
lame.
sounds
This one's
okay."
definitely acoustic. This one's definitely not the sound that I'm looking for.
She offers you a different guitar to try.
And you will try that. I guess I need to do another
Irk's performance check is just outrageous.
Yay! 34. It's a little bit better than what I did last time, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So you start playing, and she smiles. That one sounds lovely. And you see, that the neck seems to be made out of some kind of horn. It's kind of curved backwards a bit, so you can kind of like rest your hand up underneath of it. And the bass seems to, well, I'm not sure how things actually sound when they're put together, but the look of it is if there is, like, plenty of nice wood and the things that hold the strings together seem to be made of some kind of bone as well.
Yeah, how much you looking for this one?
Oh, that's just quite a lovely guitar now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Trying to see if there's what the prices for musical instruments. Venturing into mundane stuff. Ah. Well, for you for this, this would be 35 gold.
35 gold. He will put 35 gold in there.
Ah, thank you.
No worries.
You have a good
Are
day
you
then.
taking that from guild funds?
No, he uses his own money.
Okay. It's there if you want. That's all. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Any of you else wish to pick up an instrument while you're here?
I mean, as wonderful as I am, I can't play an instrument.
You see Urk proudly holding up a guitar. Given the earlier perception check, Kale.
What should I use for the description when I put it into my box?
I would probably go
When I
with.
put it in my inventory.
I'd probably go with the antler guitar. Like
Antler
Kale,
guitar?
yeah, you quickly recognize the type of antlers and bone that's been used to make that guitar. From definitely come from the national favorite animal, one of the breeds, possibly even the one that you know most, as the horns are quite elegant. Yeah, the
Velcro.
Selkra, yeah. Yeah, that's like a breed that is very popular among the rich and the royal.
Sorry, I missed the first part of what you were describing.
A guitar with using their kind of horns, and utilizing other
Interesting, but
bone
like
bits.
I said, I can't play instruments, so.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, as Kale would recognize that where the horns came from.
Ah. Travesty. Yeah.
So, where would you guys like to go now?
Do we
Other
still
than
have shopping?
occasionally, I think I'm done. Another than occasionally checking in on Squeak's progress.
All right.
Need to find Phaedra.
Yeah, Phaedra is
I know where she was last.
around. You know she is sneaky Phaedra.
All right. So, since
that's
we're
a
done
good
with
joke.
that, how about I speak with Phaedra in private about what she's doing? If that's
Sure.
okay.
Yeah,
At
that's
least I'm
fine.
allowed to plant 8 beans.
What if
Oh,
Only if I'm allowed to plant 8 beans.
oh no. So, tell me what Phaedra's been doing all this time.
So Phaedra, like, this has been, I guess, the second or third time where just being a dwarf has just been seen as like frowned upon, looked down upon, and she's a strong little dwarf, but she's getting real tired of it, and so that's why she just needed some time alone, and she didn't need anything from the store or anything. And so she just, gave the bag to Shiori and just told Shiori that she would be over. And I imagine like this being like an elven city. Was there like a tree or something?
Oh,
Or
there are many trees.
Yeah.
In your current, you stuck in the upper district, which is basically close enough to the top of the mountain where the air is cold and crisp, which you like. You're a
Yeah.
mountain dwarf. You're good. This air is not too thin for you. It's not too cold for you, but it's like you see stunning vistas, mostly of the western side of the mountain, which looks down upon the forests and the farms. But you can occasionally detect the whiff of the ocean somewhere to the east on the other side of the mountain. That's occasionally getting through due to the construction that's built in that direction. But there are also fine homes up on the sides of the mountains that are still sloping upwards.
I think she would go up to and just sit on a bough of a tree and just appreciate, the beauty of the city because it is a gorgeous city, and she appreciates good craftsmanship. Like elves are beautiful craftsmen, it's just very different than dwarvish, but she can appreciate something that's beautiful even if it's different
Yeah.
from what she knows is home. So she's probably just chilling up in a tree, I think, and just being very introspective, and she's reflecting on like when the high elf was, a dick to her, like right at the beginning whenever she met the party, and whenever people were making fun of, the high elf and the dwarf originally in the guild, and just thinking she's not questioning things, but well, I shouldn't say she's not questioning whether or not like her marriage or anything,
Yeah,
but
she
she
loves her
just
wife.
what?
She loves her wife. She's
Yeah,
not.
she loves her wife, and she knows that Shiori accepts her no matter what, but she really just despises, and it's starting to hurt. Like, and she just didn't want people to kind of see that, so she just kind of just needed some me time. So she's just chilling up there, and like she's not gonna try to hide or anything. As soon as the group comes back, she'll come back. But she just wanted to reflect and just think about like everything that's going on with the information they got about Galen, and she's a little concerned about going to the dungeon of the going back in that dungeon with the little brain crawlies that almost took over her mind. She's a little concerned, but yeah, she's just taking some me time and just chilling out. That's all she's doing.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Now for the next person. I need to whisper with Turtle Butter for a minute.
Oh boy.
Alrighty. So, you check in and discover that Squeak has made it to the gardens and is now hovering very close to Nim. What do you do?
Well, I know the party would probably notice him spacing out from time to time, so that
Yeah.
they would probably be aware of what he's doing. But yeah, he's going to direct him to swoop down and try to get his attention.
The older, not quite elderly, like he doesn't look like he's, as old as that elven, that high elven woman you were just chopping, from.
Mhm.
But he is still an older dwarf, an older elf. He's just kind of like wiping some sweat off his brow. He's got a wide brimmed hat because he doesn't like being outside when it's light out. But there's times when he has to, still work in the garden during the day just so that it'll be nice for night. He prefers working at night, of course. Night garden, drow. But again, even then, it's like things need to be done during the day or night, depending on what you're working on. So he's out there right now doing some fix-ups that need to be done during the day. And he kind of like looks up and squints his eyes. Like, look at you. Where did you come from?
So once Squeak tells him that he's got attention, Kale's going to slip into his like voice of the Chainmaster thing where he can speak through him,
All right.
and he's going to just. I believe his voice would be recognizable.
Okay.
He stuffed the note in there in case he wouldn't be able to speak with him, but he's like, God, has he aged well?
It's only been a year.
I know,
he looks the same.
I know. He'd be like, Nim, I know this isn't the best of circumstances, but can I have a word with you?
Master, are you speaking in Elven or Common?
Yeah, I'm speaking in, well, maybe Undercommon, since
Undercommon. Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, he was speaking. In
I think
Elven
that's
before.
where he learned Undercommon.
Yeah, and now he's
with-
going to switch over to Undercommon, so I'm going to drop the
Mhm.
accent for it. Master Kale? This is most unusual. You're alive.
Very much so,
this
but
is the physical representation of your soul. And you
oh
kind of
no.
freaks out.
I think the physical representation of my soul would be a lot uglier. Anyway, I hate to ask a favor, but do you think you could get me? And he kind of like uses Squeak's little hands to gesture it, like to show, like, do you think you could get my granddaughter to talk to me?
Well, I don't know. She would have to come out to the garden, and in order for that for me to be able to do that.
Does
Unfortunately,
she?
some of the guards don't want. Well, they don't want more people than they say necessary inside the palace for her protection. So she's unfortunately not been able to get out in the gardens.
So she hasn't. Well, he's sighs like, I do know that we just thwarted some kind of assassination attempt on her. The whole
Really?
mess with the dragon in the mountains. I'm sure you've heard
Wait.
of that.
Is that dragon that I've been hearing about some sort of distraction? Was
It was the assassin, sort of. The monks were apparently.
He basically, you could see a very confused look on his face.
He's like, the monks were very apparently quite corrupt, and wanted to be rid of her, so they brought in an assassin, who apparently was able to interact with something that was there to turn her into a dragon, and was wreaking havoc.
Well, that's quite a story, Master Kale. Wait, does this mean you're not that far away?
Let's just say I'm local, but not local.
How are you keeping safe? How are the guards not coming after you?
I have my ways.
That is I hate to use this term, but that is kind of a surprise to me. You never struck me as one that had ways, and he kind of looks very sheepish about saying that.
Like, I've made a few deals. Don't worry about it.
You've finally grown up?
What do you mean by grown up?
Again, he looks sheepish. Well, you seemed like a still very much a young child.
It's like, that's not the first time I've heard that today. Look, if I park this familiar here, do you think that if you see that if she comes out into the garden that you could poke it?
How long can you stay here with this?
As long as I can communicate with him, as long as I'm on another plane. I don't know where I'm going next.
As long as you're on the same plane or a different plane?
As long as I'm on the same plane as him, I can communicate with him. But I could leave him parked here indefinitely because I don't necessarily need him.
All right.
So
yeah, plane is different from world. So if you're on a different world but the same plane, you should still be able to communicate.
So if we go, well, but I'm assuming that. So yeah, I don't know. we
Astral
go to-
Plane, Shadowfell, any of those, it's different planes.
but
But,
Faerun is in a different plane.
Correct. Faerun
Okay.
is on the same plane, but sometimes there's time dilation issues, but different worlds.
But yeah, so yeah, he's just basically going to say that he wants to indefinitely park Squeak here to see if he can get a word in. He's like, I would have written her a letter, but there's already one on the way if Marius ever gets his sorry tail back here.
I imagine he'll come back to the palace eventually, but it is not as if he is in the best favor with the queen, after all. But
He's not in the
But,
best favor with her?
no, she did not wish to have him much in the palace anymore, and reassigned him to embassy duty.
Well, that's good to hear. But
It's not-
is she in general safe? Because even in the upper city, they were calling her a mongrel.
Well, the elite of the Sky Guards are watching her back, but yes, there are nobles who do not like her. But then again, those are the same nobles that do not like me either.
Well, the reason I want to talk to her is I want to make sure that if she needs me to do anything, I can and will. Short of dying, that is.
I can find some sort of way of trying to get her a message, but if you wish to talk to her, can this thing? She kind of gestured at Squeak. Hide for any length of time?
I mean, you could just stick him in your attic or something, and
I
he,
suppose
he
I
doesn't
can
need
do
to
that.
eat. He doesn't need to do anything. I just won't have access to him.
All right, if you say so.
And he doesn't bite or anything, so you could just pick him up and stick him wherever. And then if you happen to notice, like I said, and I may have to recall him at some point, so if he disappears, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'll have to try again later.
So he reaches out and attempts to pick up Squeak.
Yep, Squeak would just be, whatever a small cat-sized bony dragon weighs.
Yeah, weighs practically nothing.
I
Is
guess
there anything else you wish to say to your drow friend?
Yeah, he would just be like, I guess he would shoot the shit for him with a while, like just be like, you were the only person that I felt like I was able to actually talk to in the palace. I enjoyed our time together when you showed me, the work you did in the gardens. That kind of thing. I don't want to like spend forever role playing it because
Yeah.
he would
He's reminiscing about old times and
reminisce
the,
and chat
Nim isn't calling for guards or anything else weird like that, so it seems like he, unlike Marius, he hasn't betrayed you.
yeah. So chat for as long as he can before the party like pokes him awake.
Okay. Alright, so sometime after you guys left the music shop, Kale's eyes filmed over, and you're helping him walk at the moment. So, because he's inside his familiar, busy. What do the rest of you guys do?
Contemplating snorting dust of disappearance.
We did get some.
Yeah, now it's in Will's possession, for the record.
Where it belongs. All that sort of
Exactly.
stuff belongs with Will.
Exactly.
And Shuri's willing to do it alone, but she's gonna go to where she last saw Vader, which was in.
In the upper district.
Mm-hmm.
As you get to the gate, however, that separates the lower district from the upper district, the guards bar the way, and they basically stare at the group of you and say, "We're not allowing other people up here for now, unless you have a specific permit for trade goods."
I would say Kale has the sigil thing still, but he's away from body.
What does the party do?
Someone better say something, or I'm planting beans.
Sure, sure. We'll, because we still have how time on that wind walk, right? Because it's like 8 hours.
Yeah, and
so
it took you 4 hours just to get here to Caspinweld, and it took you 2 hours to get up there. So you've got like 2 hours left at most of Windwalk.
Yeah,
Maybe
she'll-
1 hour. Actually, no, you got 1 hour left after all that shopping.
Mhm. I'm just looking for a friend that got lost. That's all I'm trying to do.
Does your friend know to meet you here?
No.
Then you're
That's
at
what
an
I'm looking for.
impasse. No one comes through. No, that's a specific trade permit.
We're just kind of just standing there next to the group, like. Why are we asking for permission when we have cloud powers?
Sure, she's just gonna walk away and walk somewhere where she can't be seen by them. Basically, that's what she's doing. She tried this nice way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a fall suit.
Yeah, might as
She's gonna
well.
try the way where you can't really fucking stop me.
It's
Yeah, you guys are just gonna have to stow me in an alley somewhere. Sorry. I'm, I'm busy.
I'll watch over Kale.
Yeah, let's leave Viren alone with a vulnerable party member.
It's fine.
As
I'd
Rock
be more
gonna
worried
say
if
with-
it was the other way, like if Viren was disabled. With the one out of it.
I thought Vern was the
Well,
He's got a spider
hold
chair.
up. Hold up. Well, oh, I guess yeah. Never mind.
See,
You
see
can't-
Viren has the problem where he acts like prey, and Kale is a vampire. He runs away a lot.
You know.
predator instincts kick in. Chase. Bite.
Sure, he's gonna take him and go into college. She's not gonna necessarily ask everyone to join her. She's just gonna, yeah, they can stay if they want or they can follow. I don't necessarily care.
All right. So what do you got? Who's going in cloud form and who is staying?
Where are we going again in there?
She's
Just
just
getting
trying to get
Phaedra.
Phaedra. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'll make sure the two elves don't get murdered.
Yeah, I'm gonna will stay back.
I'll go.
Well, I feel even less safe. Eminent Viren and
All right. Anyone going on this little mini adventure? Please head down to second Roll20 group.
Sure.
Woohoo!
I feel bad I split the party.
Cotton.
All right. I thought Ambient was staying back.
I mean, I assume that I would be dressed,
Well,
but
eventually,
yeah.
eventually, once Phaedra is found, I was gonna pull you.
Oh,
over
okay,
there.
that's cool.
For now, it's
I'll go back up.
them.
Ah.
Yeah. All
Can
right.
be
So,
part of the groups.
so both Will and yeah, but both Will and Shiori turn into clouds and breeze their way up to the upper part of the city, searching for wherever Phaedra has gone. So I'd like perception checks from both of you. Will,
Will
what-
is making cloudy middle fingers down at the guards who don't see him.
Yeah. She's gonna check the first one. She'll check with the alleyway. She was told that Phaedra pointed out before. But,
and Phaedra's not there.
That's accurate.
Oh I'm not needed
Right.
here.
So Will doesn't see her, but Shiori sees what appears to be well, actually no, is she invisible? Let me double check. Hey Shuttle, are you still invisible?
I only cast it once.
So it would be
So
for an hour, which means you're still technically invisible because the full hour hasn't gone by yet.
okay, then yeah, she would.
Oh, sorry, I left before you finished.
No, I was just saying, yeah, she should be.
Actually, Fluffy, you have no idea where she is.
She must have guessed it again.
No. A full hour has gone by since you started shopping in the upper district. So that means that full hour of her being invisible has not gone by yet.
This is fine.
Will, what sort of shenanigans are you planning on getting up to while you are accompanying Shiori Cloud?
He's just along for the ride.
Okay.
He's a little bit worried Shiori might just get blown away by a strong wind and never found again.
Okay. So here's what you see before you. There is the grand palace that is essentially the elven equivalent of the Forbidden City. Walls all around it, many rooms and towers, and it's big and grand enough that there is a tower on the eastern side of the palace that you're pretty sure can look down into the ocean on the other side of the mountain. And there's a tower on the western side, which can easily gaze over almost the entirety of western Arkenfeld and see probably all the way over to the Losa Mountains, where you guys came from, which you know took you 4 hours to cloud over from. It is a grand and sprawling palace. Among the city, as it is a elvish city, even though it's high elvish, there are plenty of lovely cultivated trees. And here, being a mountain, there are ridges with beautiful houses built into the side of them. There's a lot of entwined architecture. Things designed to capture the sky and capture what's left of the grandest part of the forest. And from such positions, you can also look down towards the lower cities, part of the city, and just see the stark contrast. And there's a lot more a lot more trees down the lower part of the city and a lot more crammed together houses and businesses, whereas everything here is sprawling and plenty of room to meander and a lot less people, as the majority of them are high elves up here. And of course you see guards on routine patrols.
Yeah.
But you do not see any lone dwarf anywhere.
That's fine.
Well, Will is very much tempted to just go and steal something from the castle. But he's gonna stick with Shiori.
I think that hero's face is still in effect.
Yeah.
That's fine.
24 hours. Hero Feast is useful.
She's not almost panicking at the moment. It's fine.
Ooh.
Where would you like to go?
She has nowhere. She doesn't know where to go.
So, we're just gonna kind of fly in a way that signal to Shiori to land and follow.
Okay.
Is there, since this is a little bit more hoity-toity area, are there like rooftops with like a little bit of a private garden on top of it or something?
Oh yes, there are rooftops with trees sprawling out from the tops of a tree. Usually, like an area with like fruits or flowers, and extra garden space with smaller flowers and bushes that have been planted up there. well
Just gonna find
cultivated.
one. We're just gonna find one that doesn't have a tree.
The majority of them do, but yes, there are a few that are built into the mountain that do not have a tree up through them.
And we're just gonna land and go back to his normal form.
Mm-hmm. Follow suit.
I assume that we're having trouble finding her.
She must still be invisible.
Should we just have her find us?
What are you planning?
Just make a beacon.
What do you wish you did to make a beacon?
Not gonna stop him. She's worried. She's not gonna stop him.
Then he goes over to, I don't know, a like a bigger flower box, sticks his staff into it, and creates a tree.
Oh, a new tree appears.
Instant tree. It will just hang out over the street basically, creating a lot of noise, breaking roof tiles and such as it pops out.
You hear gasps of surprise from people who have suddenly noticed all of this. Somewhere out on the street, it's like, it's like all in all in Elvish.
Will kind of looks at Shiori. Now, should we go to another rooftop and do this again to get the word spread faster?
If you wish.
Cool. Will untree his staff.
Does the tree vanish?
Yeah, it returns to being a staff.
Okay.
So the tree goes
No tree.
no tree anymore. And then he will focus on becoming a cloud again.
Before you guys do that, you're getting ready to turn into a cloud. Phaedra, what do you do?
What the fuck are
The-
y'all doing up here?
The tree just suddenly vanished, by the way.
Oh. Hey. What are you doing over here?
It worked. I'm a genius.
We were looking for you.
I told you I was over there.
Did you become visible?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
didn't see you there.
Oh, I was up in the tree. Sorry. I wanted to get a good view of the city, that's all.
And you saw?
I was just thinking, you know. People here are kind of assholes and just needed a second just to collect myself. But I was just admiring it. It's a beautiful city. It's a shame it's run by such shitty people.
Roll
I want to
perception
nuke it.
checks.
Oh, that's supposed to be at advantage. Hold on. The fuck?
All right.
Oh, there it is.
Will and Phaedra, both of you are hearing shouts in Elven and running feet down the street.
You think that's us?
Uh,
Cloud?
Cloud.
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 Now, before I do that,
Hmm.
should I go steal something from the palace?
No.
Ah,
Stealing is wrong, even though the stealing from assholes seems like a good idea, but stealing is wrong.
all right, whatever you say. Let's go.
Alrighty.
Are you guys making
Okay.
a skeletal dragon?
What?
What?
They were talking about dragon parts.
Most out of context question.
Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it.
So,
I love
Kale,
how out of context this is.
Kale, by the time that you come back to your body, you notice that you're in an alleyway with Viren and Frock and Urk, but you don't see Inimunet, and you don't see Will or Shiori.
He just sort of looks around and, did I miss something fun?
No.
No, not really. They're just going to go get Phaedra.
I mean, we're in an alley.
Oh, are you trying to insinuate did we take advantage of you while you were in your unconscious state? No, we did not.
Darn, no.
No, Sharon will want to go grab the dwarf, and we're just hanging out here. Didn't want to leave you alone, and it seemed, yeah, just
Yeah,
better. to
sorry,
stay
I,
here.
I was a bit indisposed. Nothing too terribly exciting.
Three clouds come and join you in the alley.
She'll take time to go back to normal.
Uncloud.
Uncloud, yeah. So, y'all get everything that you needed?
I got a dwarf.
More or less.
Good. Are we ready to head to our destination?
I do have a question before we go.
What's that?
That man Kyle that's at the temple, the one that gave me the blade,
Mm-hmm.
he says he killed the son of my patron. Do I tell her?
Don't see the point of it.
I mean, as a parent, I would want to know if my child were dead, but then again, she's a vampire and she may not care.
Also, am I right now?
Yeah, she might already know. But I will say this. One thing that I do, and this Phaedra, one thing I do know about patrons are that they're all very different. I know that my patron and Shiori's ancestors, the magic that they bestow and the values that they keep are very, very different. Even though both very honorable and good, are very unique. So I know with my patron, if I stray, I know that my magic is bestowed upon me because I'm very good and generous. And if I stray from that path, then I know that I might not be in his favor anymore. As to your patron, I don't know.
Hale's just going to nod and he's like, I'll think on it a bit. I lost a child myself, and to be honest, I would want to know, but as I said, she's a vampire. I don't know if she would force me to take action, so maybe we should be well away from him before I tell her. He just shrugs.
I know very little of vampires, so I don't know where loyalties lie, vengeance, that sort of thing. I only know from the ones that we saw in the forest before we met you.
I mean, to be honest, even after hanging around them for a year, I still don't get them. They do seem to be possessive to some degree. Might treat it more as a loss of an I don't know. Anyway, should we get going?
Yes.
And how are we getting back?
Where we have to go to the temple, right?
Correct.
Do we have any more time on the? How much time on the cloud magic do we have, Will?
A handful.
I don't think enough.
Oh yeah, you don't want to be in the air when that stops.
You can do the tree thing, can't you?
Will summon a grand feast. Will turn us into clouds. Will do the tree thing.
Well, we can't
Phaedra
help it.
kind of steps back and looks at the little gnome. I'm sorry, are we asking too much of you these days?
We can't help it that you're the only one with useful
A little
magic.
bit.
You're very powerful and talented, Will.
I am.
I'm sorry if we're getting good use out of the wonderful magic that you have.
I mean, nobody ever needs someone to like bite them or do horrible undead things to them. So I can understand why you're not asking me for favors. But
Wait,
you have
what?
nothing.
Undead things. Excuse me. What?
Don't worry about it.
Are these undead things from another realm?
Squints eye.
No. Well, I don't. Grizz, are they? But I don't think they are. I mean,
No, that's kind of a
Nah.
gray area.
it's a gray area. Great.
Answer your question. No, I cannot do the tree thing until some rest.
So you're saying that we have to stay in the city?
Oh, we could go as
No.
far as the cloud goes and camp in the woods.
Yeah, I'd rather stay in the woods.
Yeah, I'm with you, Will.
Or we could spend the day reclaiming the city in the name of nature.
Can we not?
No?
No.
Ah,
There are,
I
There
don't
are
think my
people
granddaughter
here.
would appreciate that. And I wouldn't either.
But what about just the upper part?
consider it a very nice park.
There are some good people up there. They're not all horrible, I'm sure.
Yeah, they'd appreciate a park.
Yeah, they can do with an attitude adjustment, I'll tell them that much.
Look, guys, aren't we supposed to go to a dungeon with a mad mage thingy?
Yeah, the door to that said dungeon is over, and he points to
It's
the
4
west,
hours
in
away.
those mountains.
Let's go to the mountain. For over
Think-
the misty
think-
mountain.
Can we
Baraka's
get
in
like a
the
10-minute
distance
warning for the spell to be wearing off so we can land? Because we can get like halfway there, right?
No, not even halfway.
Not even halfway.
It
You have
took
an
you
hour
4
left, I
hours to
think.
get there. You've got an hour or less left in your
Yeah.
in your wind walk.
There was a forest not far from here by the river. We could go there.
I mean, we can stay close to the ground, to be fair.
Sure. Let's do
Oh,
that.
we could scare people along the road.
Let's just stick close to the ground so that way when it does wear off, we don't fall. And just go as far as we can get.
All right. Let's head on out. To the cloud!
So you leave Caspenwald in the form of clouds. Gotcha. And you would get somewhere in here. Alrighty. Yeah, somewhere in the afternoon when your wind walk finally cancels out, leaving you in the forest.
In the forest.
A dark forest. far away from known civilization.
Perfect.
It's quite nice for the gnome. It's probably very scary or possibly just disheartening to Viren and Kale.
Look at this mulch.
Kale's just gonna wrinkle his nose. Ugh. How can? Well, I mean, how can that be exciting? I guess Nimrin would be interested in that, but not me.
And you're standing in fecal matter from badgers.
He'd like hop, like quickly move away.
Huh? Right.
So how long do we need to stay here?
Oh, how about an entire night?
I mean, I suppose I could use the rest. I did get beat up by that monk a little.
Shiori, yes.
I don't think this forest is anything to worry about.
I mean, I don't know if I know about anything that's here.
Nah. I don't know either.
Kale would just
Welcome
idly
back, Amina.
comment something along the lines of like, well, my son was ambushed and killed by gnomes in a forest once, but you know, nothing to worry about, I'm sure.
I'm sure that doesn't run in the family.
Roll perception check.
Yeah, sure is.
I swear to God, if there's gnomes in here, I'm gonna.
Well, you've got a gnome standing right nearby you.
It sure is not giving as much of an eye as sure it does. That makes sense.
As you're all having this conversation, Aminet and Viren notice a pair of eyes staring out at you guys from a tree.
We've got company.
Kind or the bad kind. Should I make tea?
Don't know yet. 3 o'clock. Eyes in the
I
tree
don't
line.
think he would know
I'm
what that
pretty
means.
sure it's around 8.
Oh my god, look up to the right.
Oh. Wait, you're right, my line, right.
Am I right?
It's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Sure, you'll look up at the tree, just kind of glancing at it more so.
The tree blinks at you, and you see 2 arms kind of pull out from its sides as it takes a step towards you all.
Oh.
What are you
I'm a
doing
goblin.
here?
Oh, what are we doing here? Traveling?
Resting?
Just taking a break?
You do not look like hunters.
We are not hunters.
Will kind of like nonchalantly walks up with his staff and kind of points at it. Ah, what are you? Are you? You're not an awakened one, aren't you? Are you?
It looks down at you. I am a tree and
Well, big to be an ant.
it reaches a hand down to try to pick up Will.
I will.
Ah, see ya.
It just slowly picks the gnome up and takes a look at him.
Will kind of just hangs. Stop.
I have not seen one of your kind in a long time.
The way you
Grizz,
speak,
Actually,
Grizz,
not
really
lo-
cutting it-
actually-
you're really
the
cutting in
way
and
you
out.
speak makes
Actually,
it
not long
hard
time. I would
for-
say in a while. Sorry, who'd be saying in
Grizz,
a while?
when you're talking like that, you're cutting in and out really badly. Like we can barely.
Yes.
Sorry. That's weird.
I might have to do with the sensitivity on Discord or either your microphone.
And let me
It
check.
might
the
have a noise suppression on and certain
Yeah,
voices.
let me check. Let me check the sensitivity because trying to play an interesting character.
It does that when you use that voice for your Minotaur too.
Ooh, sorry. Is this better or worse?
Definitely better.
Better.
How is this? Okay. I think I got that. I think I got it set up better now. So the treant is holding you, saying that it hasn't seen one of your kind in a while.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Chris?
Can you hear me? Shit.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
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 Test. How about now?
There you are.
There you are.
How does this sound?
Good.
Good.
Okay. So I had it set up the wrong way. Testing. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is correct.
So
How
the
much
treant,
do-
the treant is holding you up in front of its face, basically, and is remarking that it hasn't seen one of your kind in a while.
Would you say that we'll have met one of these before?
I would say that's good. I thought that you probably have met a treant at least once, possibly more than once.
Oh, you're not a frequent eyesight either.
You good up there, Will?
Just hanging around.
Okay.
Anyway, well, how much would you say Will knows about reels? Without
Give
being-
me a either nature or arcana check.
+1 or +11?
All right. Well, you understand that treants, similar to awakened trees, essentially come out of they instead of coming out of other treants, they emerge from trees themselves. That trees basically, in Pokemon style, evolve into treants under certain circumstances.
Yeah.
They
Trees,
can also
they grow a will.
yes. That they actually, they have a spark, and druids can usually see this spark. Other treants can often see this spark, and they tend to grow and protect areas.
Well, do you have any business with us? I mean, I suppose you're just out walk.
I was just curious about it.
Oh,
The treant
Well,
slowly
we're,
puts you down.
yeah, we are on our way past this forest, but we're gonna have to wait until tomorrow. So we're gonna be around for a little bit. Anything you would rather have us not do?
Such as? Wow, treant tokens are big.
Yeah, trees are big.
Yes, they are. Do not set fire to the trees. That would be nice.
What about the dead branches on the floor?
In a small fire pit is okay, but setting fire to lots of forest is bad. It last happened a while ago.
Will kind of looks around like, yeah, I guess.
Things have grown back since then.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I suppose. Anything
So-
else? Is there any trouble around this area? Trouble for us, not for you.
That's a good question. No, there has been nothing that I have noticed, but there's some around.
There's some what around?
It said basically it hasn't noticed anything.
Damn it. I just realized I was thinking about spell I could use, but doesn't work on trees that move. Tomorrow I'm going to use one of the trees as a portal. It won't get hurt in the process.
All right.
There's no need to worry about that. My friends here will try to not be a bother, and if they are, well, let me know before you stop them.
All right.
Thank you.
The tree then resumes its its tree pose, basically, going back to a more silent and inert time.
It's a T-pose, the tree pose. Yes.
Kale just looks kind of like stunned to note that something like that lives in his kingdom, and he probably didn't know about it. Yay! That's what I get for never leaving the house.
You already know about talking trees.
No. And the only time I was ever in the forest was to hunt
I
things, and that
swear.
was like.
Children these days.
How old are you?
Ah,
I don't know.
Kale does like seem to get a thoughtful look. He's like, I did to get told at least twice today that I've grown up a bit, so.
Does anyone have any
anyway,
problems?
don't piss off the trees.
Are we
Alright.
okay to stay here?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
As long as you don't piss off the nature.
I don't intend to.
Can the tree guy do a handstand?
I don't think so.
It would be very uncomfortable, so no.
So, what would you guys like to do? It is the afternoon. Not, it's starting to become the evening, but it's not anywhere near dark yet. Well, actually, no, it would be near dark. It's the winter. It's winter time this time of year.
I want to look for cool plants.
Is there snow nearby?
Yes, there would actually be snow at this elevation and time of year.
Okay, good.
There's bits of snow on the ground. More on the top of the trees, of course, but some snow on the ground, especially after the tree ant moved.
Awesome. I will start getting a spell ready.
Oh, good.
a bit away from the group.
Fair? Question mark. I feel like if this is where we're gonna be sitting down for the night, which seems like a safest place on the next to a tree, and sure he's just gonna attempt to just hold on to Phaedra.
I'm okay. But she won't stop her. She's just going to say that.
I just got worried. That's all.
I was just up in a tree. I just needed a moment. And just. What is it about elves not liking dwarves? What
They
is it?
don't. They don't like me much either. You know.
Yeah, what's so wrong with us little people, huh?
I mean, some of my people eat some of them. So.
Well, I sure as shit don't eat any elf.
I mean, I don't either, but I don't know. Maybe dwarves do. I don't know dwarf customs.
I can tell you, I've never heard of dwarves eating any sort of elves.
Maybe you eat their like forest friend pet thingy. I don't know.
All I know is that those elves in particular were very dishonorable.
It just got me thinking, and it just. I just wanted to get up high because regardless of the shitty people that we were dealing with, that city was beautiful. And it just reminded me of a lot of I just appreciate a lot of different variety and culture, and regardless of, you know, I guess my personal preference is a dwarf. Architecture and different style and just different atmospheres and climates. I can appreciate beauty when I see it. And this is a beautiful city, and it's a shame.
I don't know. It's a bit highbrow for me personally.
I mean, 100% agree with you. Very highbrow, but I can still appreciate it. Like, it's gorgeous. Like the way that the city's like interspliced with there's trees everywhere. It's beautiful. Everything is just gorgeous. I mean, don't get me wrong. I will take a dwarven longhouse and tavern hall any day as my personal preference, but I can appreciate good beauty when I see it. And it's just a shame that where there's great beauty, there's such prejudice, and it got to me for a second, and I just really just needed to gather myself. That's all. Sorry to make you worry, dear.
It was. Yeah. It took a lot to not cut down a few of those guards.
I'm sorry to make you worry. I told you I was right here. I wanted to just, you know how I like getting up higher. They, so are we ready to do this? Are we ready to go back into Lokar's dungeon?
That is something I am unsure about, but
So, everyone roll your perception checks.
Oh, good. Who's doing shady shit? Perception. Oh, that should be with advantage for Phaedra. Sorry.
So, as you guys are all they're talking, deciding, and talking these things, you notice that there is a little man in a little red cap sweeping away pine needles setting up rocks and starting a fire pit.
I mean, I don't, so I won't. If I did, I would go up to him and say hi, but.
And I
luckily
don't. I'm too busy collecting,
Yeah.
piling up snow.
Phaedra,
What does it look like? Do you say?
It's a little. It looks like a little man in a red cap. Just kind of wandering around and cleaning pine needles and putting up rocks and seemingly making a fire pit.
hello?
No response.
I don't want to throw something that's rude. Hello?
What?
It
He turns around and looks.
points out, got a friend. A friend. Looks like he's setting something up. I don't know.
No, that was a friend answering.
Oh,
What do you want? Huh?
oh, hi, hi. We just. Do you live here? What?
No, I'm setting up camp.
Oh, I, I'm, I'm. Are you a traveler in the woods too? Are you from here?
No, I'm setting up your camp.
Why are you? Wait, what? Why are you setting up our camp? Who are you?
I'm not giving you my name. Bad enough that one of you have it.
Urk is currently getting close to the little man that's making the camp, and it seems to be reaching out to attempt to poke him.
It's that irks. That's rude.
So this isn't Will. I don't see him enough to remember.
And that's racist. That all gnomes look alike.
I just
Jesus.
don't really know what Will looks like.
It's not even a gnome! Oh my god!
Hey, he's small. He's got a red cap.
Small, he has a red cap, and he has a sickle on him.
Oh God.
Like a
You're slow to catch on. That's why I'm happy I didn't recognize it.
Well, thanks for setting up our camp. You don't need to set up our camp, sir.
I was
But
told to.
you were told to by who? Not me or any of us. Not that. I mean, well, who told you?
Whoever told you, tell them thanks.
What?
Will,
I mean,
Will
we
appears. I told him to.
What? Why are you bossing around other people in this forest?
You kind of, owes me.
You know this individual.
Sorta.
Well, are you friends? And like Phaedra immediately like gets up and goes and says, "Hi, my name's Phaedra. Are you a friend of Will's?"
He slapped your hand.
What? Why are you slapping my hand?
I lost one bet.
You lost
And
the
this-
bet.
That one. He points at Will.
Oh, he's very good at cards. You shouldn't really do that against him.
It wasn't cards, but whatever.
Okay, I'm
I
still.
am.
Hmm?
We bet on a bet on who would be the other one's servant for a little bit. He doesn't like the word servant, apparently, but that's basically what it is. He can just call on me whenever he wishes to, but I didn't think he had the means to do it.
What?
What?
Will kind of takes out the gilded flower.
That's the spell.
Yes, but now I can bring you here.
I'm so confused. What?
Oh lord.
Oh,
Yeah,
spells,
yeah.
but I don't know what it is.
I'm
I've
glad
never-
we're
Out of
rested.
respect, I will not share his name. He doesn't like it. No, I'm not saying that he doesn't like his name. He doesn't like the sharing of it. I thank you.
There.
So is this your? I need
He
to
kind of points at you like as you're about to say that name, that word.
Oh, I'm not supposed to. I can't. I shouldn't say the
The F word.
the F word.
That word.
She just turns around and walks back over to Shiori and sits down. I don't fucking know magic. She just shakes her head. Probably pulls out some jerky and just starts
He
eating
kind
it.
of points to Will. I thought you were dead already. You know, I stay alive. He's gonna be around for another hour. He's just gonna help us set up camp and, you know, stoke the fire. Put your bedrolls out. And he just smiles at this red cap.
I feel weird about having a servant, Will.
It's not a servant. He lost a bet.
He lost a bed.
Bet.
I'm so confused.
If I would have lost, I
Right.
would have been in his position.
Making our bets? That doesn't sound like that bad bet.
Probably not
really
in your
sh-
beds.
I really shouldn't have given that alchemy jug to Meredith.
Don't worry about it. It's best to just ignore him. Gives it like a very broad smile towards this red cap who flips him off.
How exactly did you bring him here?
See if I could. I assure you, he's quite useful in a battle.
Good to know.
So whenever it happens that, you know, I'm unable to cast much spells that would affect the area, I could always get him to join the fray.
Interesting.
The red cap kind of goes, deal was only for 2,000 years, only 2,000 years.
You made a deal for 2,000 years?
Drop in the bucket.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's nothing.
That's nothing.
Depending on where you are. Speaking of which, where the fuck am I?
In the forest.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Really needed that.
My pleasure.
I swear.
I believe it's Arkenfeld.
Yeah, place names are great. I'm from the Feywild, goddammit.
Yeah, you're
So this is the material plane. Welcome to the
I
material plane.
slowly walk closer to it.
Kind of just looks at you like he's in mid-sentence, like slowly turns like, why are you approaching? Told
Will.
people don't poke.
Can your little
You're from the
Uh,
Feywild.
can he attune the pitchfork?
Yeah, tune the pitchfork first.
Does the spell work that way, Chris? Could he?
I mean, I could get Kyle to do it probably, but if this guy could do it.
don't think that this guy has the type of power. At least, the way that he would be able to do it, I might potentially be fatal for him.
Chris, he's
Oh.
not
Well, then-
supposed to be on this plane, right?
Oh no, he was summoned.
He can't attune the rod, right? There's no use for having him here at the moment, right?
He's setting up camp.
Okay, I'll wait until he sets up camp.
Wow.
Speaking
And
of a
then
tuning
what?
rod, Kale is going to attempt to do it with the
I'm
Shadow
gonna
Claw one.
smite him because he's on the wrong plane.
He doesn't have a choice. It's not
I
like
have
he came
no
here of his own will.
choice. If I do, I don't care. He's on the wrong plane. If I don't do this, I won't be
Frock,
Helen's servant.
Frock. That would imply that you're not allowed to travel to other planes yourself.
I mean, yeah, but he's no. I only care about the immaterial plane. I don't know, man. This feels like an incursion. He's gonna cause chaos. I don't know.
Technically, we're not from this plane.
I mean,
No, you're from this
else?
plane. You're not
Yeah,
from this world.
I'm actually from this world, just so you know, because my hometown is like.
I'm
up
not.
north. That's true. I'm gonna pray to Helm and see what he says. Because Frog is confused now.
I'm confused.
Frog is confused. He's gonna go sit in the corner praying to Helm. And I'll come back to you.
Will kind of looks at this.
We're not done yet.
We're kind of looking at this. So it's kind of, well, if you set up camp quicker, I'll let you go sooner. But he kind of, oh, fuck's sake! All right. And he just kind of does everything at twice the speed.
So yeah, I guess Kale is just gonna pull off to the side and mess with the tuning fork for a while.
That was meant as a whisper to Viren.
Awesome.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna be smothered in my sleep by snow golems this watch.
God damn.
All right. Well, yeah,
So
that's good.
Does the red cap finish setting up camp before Flock gets out of her?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll kind of just goes
And-
over to him and just look him in the face like, "See you later," and then poof, he's gone. I like that guy.
He doesn't seem to feel the same way.
That's fair. That's fair.
Chris, does Helm get back to me?
You're gonna have to dream about it. And
Okay.
so, is there anything else you guys wish to know before we close out for the night?
Oh, that's a lot of colors right now. Can we take...
Other than
Can we call it?
did I get the thing attuned for the plane shift?
Ooh, that's right. You what do you have on you?
What do you mean on me?
On you that you originally got in the Feywild.
You mean God. Don't know if I actually have anything from there other than my curse.
Alright. You spend some time
Which is-
concentrating on it and feel that you don't quite have the energy to make it attuned to you.
Because he didn't keep any of the artifacts from there because he didn't get any. I mean, he has all his gear that went with him from the main place. So I can't just smear my own blood on it.
Sadly, no. Yeah, that should be pretty easy. I mean, I would definitely be able to come up with several snowbirds here in the woods.
Yeah, she just want to take the crossbows for a test drive, and also just she loves to hunt, so she'll go grab dinner.
At least you guys have a pleasant evening, and we'll pick up. I'll pick up next week about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So this is a very good time to start.
Veering shady fucker.